You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from UPMC Park. We're getting set for the finale in this 6-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from the northwest corner of Pennsylvania in Erie as the Baysox just narrowly pieced it together last night to inch out a 1-run win, breaking a 1-1 tie in the top of the ninth. Christopher Cespedes launched his second home run of the season to open the scoring for Bowie, and then Zach Watson picking up an RBI in his fourth consecutive game by grounding out to the first baseman with the speedy Adam Hall over at third base in the top of the ninth. But Hall getting there was its own trouble. He had to pick off a double steal with Andrew Dashbach while opening the frame at first and second base. So plenty of small ball worked out perfectly for the Baysox to pick up the 2-1 win. But not only that, the pitching has been really the bread and butter for Bowie as of late. You had the shutout 2 nights ago, started by Drew Rahm and finished by Noah Denoyer. 9 innings there. And then Zach Peak only allowing 1 run to Erie last night, and it was an unearned run. 6 innings of 4 hit ball with 4 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and then Easton Lucas and Griffin McClarty working scoreless on the back end. So when you include the last 2 games and then the end of Bowie's 3-2 loss the previous night, they have gone 21 consecutive innings without allowing an earned run so far. That's not their longest stretch of the season. Remember, they had those back-to-back shutouts against the Harrisburg Senators and did not allow any earned runs for, I think it was up around 30-plus innings of work. But they've still got a good run going for them right now, and they're going to need it today to continue with Garrett Stallings going on the mound. Really want a good bounce-back start from him. We'll talk about Stallings and Marcus Solbach, the Erie starter, in a second, but let's get you set up with the numbers for today's game. Bowie comes in for game number 68 on the season, a 26-41 record overall, a 1-game winning streak, or make that a 2-game winning streak for the Baysox, as they are 4-6 over their last 10, and 13-22 when playing on the road. The Seawolves come into today's game, a number 69 on the season. They are 38-30 on the year, a 2-game losing streak for the Seawolves, as they are 7-3 over their last 10, 21-11 when playing on their home turf. In the Southwest Division, Bowie is 13 games out of first place at the moment, 6th overall in the 6-team division. Of course, they are eliminated from postseason play in the first half, with the half, of course, ending today. But they will have a zeroed-out record going into Tuesday's game against the Richmond Flying Squirrels. The Erie Seawolves are only 2 games out of first place, but with this being only the last game in the first half, they have also been eliminated from the playoff picture in the Southwest Division. There are only 4 teams left in it, but neither spot has been claimed anywhere in the Eastern League. Hartford and Somerset are tied atop the Northeast Division, identical 43-25 records, and the 2 teams will play a winner-take-all game today at TD Bank Ballpark in New Jersey to see who wins the Northeast Division first half title. Akron currently leads the Southwest Division by just 1 game. The Richmond Flying Squirrels trail just by 1 game. 39-29 Richmond, 40-28 is Akron. So if Akron loses and Richmond wins, the Squirrels have the tiebreaker, and they would be the winners of the first half in the Southwest Division. So there is still a lot on the line. There's no roster moves to mention ahead of this one. Of course, the most recent one for Bowie was Andres Angulo being added as Cody Roberts went up to the taxi squad. And the most recent one for Erie was Gary Carpenter being called up to AAA with no corresponding move, so the Seawolves still playing 1 man short on their bench at the moment. Your starting pitching matchup for today's game, it'll be Marcus Solbach going for Erie, while Garrett Stallings goes for Bowie. Starting with Stallings, a 2-6 record and an 8.87 ERA, that number has been climbing plenty, and that's what's been troubling. Over his last 5 starts, including his most recent start against Erie, well, I shouldn't say his most recent start, not this past Tuesday, but the previous start against Erie, he's gone 13 2/3 innings only over 5 starts and allowed 42 hits and 33 earned runs. It's ballooned his ERA nearly, well, actually, not nearly, it has more than doubled it. Before this month-long stretch for Stallings, he had an ERA of 3.55. And it's all the way up to, as mentioned, 8.87. He's tossed 46 2/3 innings with his 2-6 record, 52 strikeouts, 14 walks, opponents hitting him for a .310 average. He allowed another 7 earned runs earlier this week on Tuesday, an inning and a third of work. He struck out 3, but did allow 2 home runs. It was a career short tying 1 1/3 inning for Stallings. If he can just get that fastball-slider combo working for him, get the fastball locating well in the top of the zone for some called strikes, then hopefully that should be enough. But in all honesty, the way that things have been going, I'm not too positive on what might need to be done for Garrett Stallings right now. We'll just have to see how he performs and if he can go out and just miss the bats or get the weak contact, because, of course, contact has been the biggest issue for him. As mentioned, 42 hits in just 13 2/3 innings over the last few days. On the other end, it'll be Marcus Solbach, a 1-4 record and a 4.14 ERA for the right-hander, 9 games all starts for the Seawolves. He's a minor league veteran in his 4th organization, started his career with the Twins, had a stint in the Diamondbacks system, and most recently with the Dodgers, as well as multiple indie ball teams. German native signed a free agent deal with Detroit ahead of the 2022 season, but didn't see Erie the last time these 2 teams met. He was on a brief trip up to AAA Toledo, and honestly, his numbers probably should have kept him there longer. He allowed only 1 earned run in 11 innings. Since he came back from Toledo, he was getting roughed up just a little bit, had gone 0-2 in 3 starts, allowing 10 earned runs in 13 innings, but he picked it back up when he faced off against Bowie. 6 innings of scoreless ball, allowed just 4 hits, no walks, and struck out 6. Bowie did get a couple of doubles against him, one by Andrew Dashbach and one by Zach Watson, but Bowie would never get a runner to third base against Solbach. They wouldn't get a runner to third base until the 7th inning, and they couldn't get anyone home. It was an 11-0 shutout loss, the worst for Bowie since 2018. So they'll try to avoid that today, of course. And hopefully now that they face Solbach the second time around, they will get that opportunity to pick up on his pitches a little bit cleaner. As we continue on with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, we've got plenty more to come, and of course it's Sunday, so you know what that means. We recap the week that was next, some highlights from around the last week of Baysox baseball. We're back after this. You're listening to the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name benefits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from UPMC Park in Erie. Matt Zabata is with you as we get ready to wrap up this six-game series between the Baysox and the Seawolves. And it's Sunday, so of course you know what that means. It's time to recap the week that was in Baysox baseball. So we go all the way back in time to the faraway land of Tuesday the 21st, when Bowie and Erie got started on their six-game series. It's a rematch today of that starting pitching matchup, Marcus Solbach against Garrett Stallings. And it was all Solbach. 6 innings of scoreless ball for the German right-hander, as Garrett Stallings, well, he got roughed up early and often. A great guy, and he's pitched so well at so many points this season as the 1-2 is drilled out toward right center field. Cespedes, running back, still running. It's gone. A 3-run home run for Andre Lipsius, his 6th of the season, and it's 5-0 Erie. That would be the first of 2 home runs in that frame, and what became a 6-run second inning for the Seawolves against Garrett Stallings, who only finished 1 inning and 1/3 with 9 hits and 7 runs all earned. Bowie would be shut out 11-0. On to Wednesday, though, the Baysox had their hopes set high on breaking through, and fortunately they did do so early. After Joey Ortiz had a 2-out triple in the first inning, Maverick Handley drove him in with a single to break out the early shutout. But it would be a quick tie and a jump ahead for the Seawolves in the bottom of the third. A sacrifice fly by Quincy Naporti to tie the game at 1, and then a 2-run home run by Dane Myers to take the lead. It made it 3-2 after the third inning was wrapped up. But the Baysox would eventually fall behind 4-2 into the 9th inning and come up quietly the rest of the way against Austin Bergner. Meanwhile, Kyle Zurach and Brendan White each held the Baysox scoreless in perfect innings of relief. In the 9th inning, though, it was Zach Watson to come up clutch. Long wait for Houston. Pitch clock's just been off as the next pitch comes in, and it's drilled out toward deep left center field. Navigado running back toward the corner of the wall, and it is gone! A game-tying 2-run home run for Zach Watson. His 3rd of the season, and it's 4-4 here in the top of the 9th. The game would move on to into extra innings, but the Baysox offense would be shut off from there by Yaya Shentuf, and all Erie needed to do was bring that free runner at second base home to pick up the win. The 1-2 pitch to Naporti. Swinging a high, deep drive out to left field. This will win the game for Erie as A.J. Graffinino backs up on it, looks up, and it's a fair ball off the top of the wall. Lipsius scores, and it's a walk-off single for Quincy Naporti. The Baysox drop their 4th consecutive game and suffer their 7th walk-off loss of the season, a final of 5-4 here in 11 innings. So yes, a very tough loss as the losing streak extended to 4 consecutive games, but Bowie still had their hopes high. They'd been playing close games, they just hadn't been able to get over the hump, and they were working early again as the series moved into Thursday. Hudson Haskin led off with a single in the first inning, the first pitch. Cesar Prieto then doubled to left field to push him to third, and Cody Roberts drove him in with a ground out over towards second base. So it was 1-0 Bowie after the top of the first, but in the bottom of the first, Andre Lipsius tied the game with a solo home run. The Baysox would eventually sneak a little bit closer in the 6th inning, but it was this big triple by Chris Rabago that put things out of reach for Bowie. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, lifted out toward deep left field. This one's trouble as Dashbach backing up, feeling for the wall. He's going to have to hop, and it's off the top of the wall, and Dashbach stumbled off the jump. De La Rosa is going to score. Rabago is going to third. He's held up there with an RBI triple. Erie takes the 2-1 lead. That broke the 1-1 tie, and then single to drive in Rabago to follow made it a 3-1 game. A solo home run late by Zach Watson did bring it closer, but 3-2 would be the final as the Baysox were held fairly quiet by Wilmer Flores, Adam Wolf, Kyle Zurak, and Brendan White. Ryan Watson took the loss in that game. 5 innings, 3 runs, still a respectable start. And Connor Loprich continued some very strong relief work. 3 scoreless innings with a season's high 6 strikeouts for the right-hander. Bowie was finally ready to get over the hump when they moved things on to Friday, and Hudson Haskin wasted no time making sure that they were out in front early. 1-0 pitch to Haskin. This one driven high and deep to left. Myers stops at the wall. He looks up, and it's gone. Hudson Haskin says goodbye. His 8th home run of the season is a leadoff shot, and Bowie's up 1-0 in the first. All the while, that early run was more than enough for Drew Rom to work with. He did get into a jam in the 3rd inning when he loaded the bases, but boy, was his breaking stuff dealing. Bases loaded 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. Another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Carpenter tried to check his swing, and a curveball way too far outside, and the umpire let him know right away. It's the 6th strikeout for Drew Rom, and it strands the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 3rd. Rom would eventually strike out 7 batters over 5 scoreless innings, while Noah Denoyer contributed with 4 scoreless innings of his own. The 6th shutout win of the season for Bowie on Friday, 4-0. And then that brings us to last night, Saturday night, here at UPMC Park in Erie. Well, the Baysox, for the first time in quite a while, weren't able to get a run across the board in the 1st inning. They went down in order against Chance Kirby. Zach Peak did the same, a quiet first, working around a double. Bowie finally got on the board and opened up the scoring in the top of the 3rd, thanks to Christopher Cespedes. Kirby sends home the 0-1, and it swung on, lifted high and deep to left. Myers backing up. He's turned around and watching the arena as this one's gone. Christopher Cespedes says goodbye. His 2nd home run of the season is a towering solo shot here in the top of the 3rd as Bowie takes the 1-0 lead. Erie would eventually tie the game on an unearned run in the 5th inning, but after a couple of base runners in the top of the 9th, a hit by pitch and a single by Andrew Dashbach, a double steal put runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 away for Zach Watson to give Bowie the lead. The offering. A poke slowly over to first base. Hall comes home. They can't go with it. He scores as Naporti goes to first to record the surefire out, but Bowie takes the 2-1 lead. And that would be the final, as Griffin McClarty came in and pitched a perfect 9th inning with 2 strikeouts, his first career save. So on the week, the Baysox go 2-3. They have an opportunity to go 3-3 today as we get ready to get rolling with the finale in this 6-game series. We'll step aside once more here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we return, we'll get you set with the starting lineups and first pitch coming up soon. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Back to UPMC Park as we continue on with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatas with you from Erie. Baysox trying to hopefully even out this series to close out the first half on a 3-game winning streak. We'll see how they can do it, and we'll get you set up with the starting lineup very, very briefly. Adam Hall is going to lead off today, and then Cesar Prieto is going to follow. It's been a tough run, if you want to put it that way, for Prieto. His average has been dipping a little bit. And for the first time all season, he has gone hitless in back-to-back games. But this being his 28th game at the AA level, that tells you how good of a run he's already been on to open. You just hope he breaks out of it today. A couple of late changes to the lineup as well. Andrew Dashbach was originally slated to bat 5th, but he's jumped up into the 3-hole as Maverick Handley is going to get the day off behind the dish. Handley was going to bat 3rd, but he will be on the bench now as Greg Cullen will stay slotted 4th. Andres Angulo will replace Handley in bat 5th, where Dashbach was originally going to bat. And then Zach Watson will be in center field today, jumping up into the 6th slot. Christopher Cespedes, after his home run, bounces up to the 7-hole after batting 9th yesterday. And then J.D. Mundy and A.J. Graffinino will polish off the starting 9 for the Baysox. Seawolves are taking the field at the moment. We'll run you through their lineup very, very quickly. You've got Wenzel Perez, Andre Lipsius, and Parker Meadows. Quincy Naporti, Dane Myers, and Dylan Dingler. Chris Rabago will catch today. Dingler's the DH. And Eric De La Rosa and Gage Workman finish out the starting lineup for the Seawolves. Both teams have taken the field now, so we'll break one final time. When we return, we've got first pitch and all the play-by-play. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from UPMC Park. It's the finale of this 6-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from Erie, Pennsylvania. And as Marcus Solbach warms on the mound for the Seawolves, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off, it's the designated hitter, Adam Hall, followed by Cesar Prieto at shortstop, batting second. Andrew Dashbach in left field bats third. Greg Cullen at third base bats fourth. Andres Angulo, the catcher, bats fifth. Zach Watson in center field bats sixth. Christopher Cespedes is in right field batting seventh. J.D. Mundy at first base bats eighth. And A.J. Graffinino is at second base today, batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Galvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 27-41 on the season, a 2-game win streak, 5-5 over the last 10, and 13-22 when playing on the road. Once more, that lineup for the Baysox, you've got Hall, Prieto, Dashbach, Cullen, Angulo, Watson, Cespedes, Mundy, Graffinino, all to face off against right-hander Marcus Solbach on the mound. UPMC Park in Erie, 317 feet down the line to left field, 328 feet to right field, 400 feet to straightaway center, 356 to left center, and 367 to right center. As Hall digs in, batting .277 this season, a 741 OPS in 40 games played. Solbach sets at the chin, turns, kicks, and fires the first pitch home. It's a fastball, fouled off right side, and it's 0-1. We're underway at 1:38 p.m. on an 81-degree cloudy day here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Solbach steps back, turns, and fires the next pitch to Hall, and it's again fouled off to the right side. This one a curveball down, and it's already 0-2. 10 doubles this season for Hall, no triples, a homer, 11 runs batted in. Solbach sets and fires home the 0-2. This one a liner, right center field, a base hit. Over the hop of Wenzel Perez at second. And Hall opens up with a single, stretching his hit streak to 3 consecutive games. This is where he does his best work. Adam Hall has a batting average of over .360 when he's the first batter of an inning. That's why it was so devastating when he hit the injured list about late April, early May. He was really coming into stride as Bowie's regular leadoff man. Then it shifted over to Hudson Haskin, who still played it well, but it's glad to see Hall getting those opportunities again. As Cesar Prieto digs in, the first pitch home to the left-hander misses up and in, a fastball. Count opens at, I call that a strike, 0-1. Prieto a .273 average, .660 OPS in 28 games played, 6 doubles, no triples, a homer, 6 runs batted in. The 0-1 misses down, run the count even at a ball and a strike. Prieto, 11 for 44 against the Seawolves this season, a .585 OPS. He struck out 4 times, relatively quiet. Runner at first, nobody out in the top of the first. Hall takes a secondary lead as the 1-1 is slapped on a line to left center field, sends Myers on the run, but he makes the catch over the shoulder. Little bit of hesitation, but it was still well within his range, and there's one away here in the top of the first inning. Defensive alignment for Erie from left to right in the outfield. You've got Dane Myers, Parker Meadows, Eric De La Rosa, Andre Lipsius at third base, Gage Workman the shortstop, Wenzel Perez at second base, and Quincy Naporti at first. Chris Rabago catches behind the plate for Marcus Solbach on the mound. Here's Andrew Dashbach. Late switch into the 3 slot for Bowie, initially scheduled to bat 5th. First pitch home is a breaking ball, swung on and missed down, and it's 0-1 to open. Marcus Solbach, a 6'5", 205-pound, 30-year-old right-hander, native of Dormagen, Germany. 4th minor league organization he's been a part of, signed as a free agent ahead of this season by the Tigers. Here's the 0-1 to Dashbach, fouled off, breaking ball inside, and the count goes to 0-2. On the season with Erie, Solbach has gone 1-4 with a 4.14 ERA in 37 innings. 31 strikeouts, 9 walks. He's allowed 6 homers, and opponents are hitting him at a .229 mark. Righty sets out of the stretch, first base side of the rubber. As the 0-2 comes in, and Dashbach watches it skip by Rabago to his right side into the screen. Hall will advance on the wild pitch. Well, I was just about to make mention about Hall's speed, whether or not he would try a steal early against Chris Rabago, who's only had 9 stolen base attempts against him this season, and he's caught 4. But now Hall doesn't necessarily need to try to unless he wants to go for third base. He did steal third base last night to score the winning run in the top of the 9th inning. Runs the count to 1-2 on Dashbach. Here's the next, and it's fouled off again, curveball high, and the count remains. Solbach's first win of the season came on Tuesday, opened this series with 6 scoreless innings, retired the first 5 batters he faced, but gave up a pair of doubles, 1 to Dashbach and then 1 to Zach Watson, who's had a great series. But Solbach fired 6 blanks with 6 strikeouts and no walks. Bowie was shut out 11-0, trying to avoid that early here today. The 1-2 pitch, Dashbach hammers it out to deep left center field. Meadows running back, still running, squares it at the warning track and makes the catch. Hall has plenty of time to tag and move to third. A productive out for Andrew Dashbach as there's a runner 90 feet away, but now 2 away for Greg Cullen. Your umpiring crew for today's game, Luke Hammermeyer is at third base, Sean Cassidy is at first, and Jude Corey is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. In steps the left-hander Cullen, a .212 average this season, a .684 OPS in 18 games, 4 doubles, no triples, a homer, 6 runs batted in. They play him a little bit on the shift side, third base playing in the baseline, but again, runner at third, so he has to play a little close to the bag. First pitch, Cullen fouled off. 0-1 to open. Bowie has put every left-hander on roster in the lineup today between Prieto, then Cullen, J.D. Mundy, and A.J. Graffinino, who are batting 8th and 9th. But Solbach does hold the left-handers to a slightly lower average than he does the right-handers. The 0-1 grounded foul, pulled up the first base line, and the count goes quickly to 0-2. Strikeout to walk ratio a little bit lower for Solbach. 14 punch-outs to 5 walks for the left-hander, or against the left-handers. But he's worked everyone ahead quickly. 2 strike counts for every batter except Prieto, who lined out to left. The 0-2 to Cullen is swung on and lifted foul the other way as the count remains. It was an 0-2 pitch that Adam Hall served to right center field. Cesar Prieto lined out on the 1-1 offering. Dashbach out to deep center on the 1-2, and now Cullen still behind 0-2. He's 2 for 9 in this series. With the 0-2 on its way, grounded over to second. Perez waits on it, pulls it in at the waist, takes a double clutch as he sidearms it to first base, but gets it there with a moment to spare. Leadoff single left stranded at third, and as we go to the bottom of the first here at UPMC Park, it's Bowie 0, Erie coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Well, the Bowie Baysox go down quietly in the first inning. A leadoff single left stranded at third base. In the bottom of the first, Garrett Stallings will try to do the same for Bowie and keep the game scoreless. The right-hander prepares to face off against the following Erie Seawolves lineup. Leading off at second base, you've got Wenzel Perez, followed by Andre Lipsius at third base, batting second. Parker Meadows in center field bats third. Quincy Naporti at first base, fourth. Dane Myers in left field bats fifth. Dylan Dingler, the DH, bats sixth. Chris Robago is the catcher, batting seventh. Eric De La Rosa in right field, eighth. And Gage Workman is the shortstop today, batting ninth. The Seawolves are the Double-A affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. They're managed by Gabe Alvarez, assisted by John Murray and Dan Rickaball and Ollie Cady. Chris Vick is the athletic trainer. Erie is 38-30 on the season, and their lineup once more goes like this. Perez, Lipsius, Meadows, Naporti, Myers, Dingler, Robago, De La Rosa, Workman, all to face off against right-hander Garrett Stallings on the mound. Switch hitter Perez digs in, batting lefty, a .306 average in 9 games this season. First pitch, he serves it into center field on a line. Zach Watson hovered on it for a minute before backtracking and makes the catch over the shoulder. 1 pitch and 1 out. Defensive alignment for Bowie here in the first. Andrew Dashbach, Zach Watson, and Christopher Cespedes from left to right in the outfield. Greg Cullen is at third base. Cesar Prieto is at shortstop. A.J. Graffinino is at second base, and J.D. Mundy is at first. Maverick Handley is set to catch behind the plate, but it's going to be Andres Angulo behind the dish for the Seawolves today. As Andre Lipsius steps in, squares the bunt in the first offering, and it's called a strike on the outside edge anyway. So Angulo was a late return in to the lineup for Bowie. It was initially supposed to be Handley when the first lineup card was posted. Next pitch swung on and missed high, and the count quickly to 0-2 on Andre Lipsius. A 273 average for Lipsius this season, an 866 OPS in 62 games played. As Stallings turns, kicks, fires the 0-2. It's a slider that misses down and away. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Garrett Stallings, a 6'2", 200-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Chesapeake, Virginia, fires the 1-2 pitch to Lipsius, and it swung on and missed for strike 3. Pumped a slider down and away. First strikeout for Garrett Stallings, and 2 quick outs to open the first. Baysox are wearing their alternate orange uniforms today. The black shoulder stripe and the black Bowie lettering on the front side, gray pants, black hat, orange brim. Seawolves wearing their usual home reds, the white Seawolves text arced on the front side, white pants, black cap. First pitch home to Parker Meadows. Change-up called for strike in the lower outside corner to the left-hander, as Meadows is batting .214 this season with a .639 OPS in 47 games played. The 0-1. Line drive foul, third base side. Count goes to 0-2. Now, I'm not the type to usually pay a lot of attention to this. I can at least say Stallings looks to be working with a quick rhythm, but his delivery looks to be slightly different. The 0-2 misses high, a fastball, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Now, again, I'm not the type that pays that close attention to general mechanics on how you deliver, but it looks like he's coming at a little bit of a lower angle as the 0-2 is lined out toward right center field, falling in for a base hit. Just in front of Zach Watson, and Meadows is aboard. A 2-out single. He's got hits in back-to-back games now. And the inning continues for Quincy Naporti. Scoreless game here in the bottom of the first inning. Each side getting a 1-out or a first inning single so far. Garrett Stallings trying to keep it at that and send us on to the second. But it does seem to be slightly different. The delivery motion, it's almost as if he has a slight bend at the waist when he starts now. Here's the first pitch. Naporti watches breaking ball miss down and inside, and it's 1-0 to start. A .259 average for Naporti this season, an .867 OPS in 59 games played, 9 doubles, a triple, 16 homers, 43 runs batted in. As Stallings sets, first base side of the rubber. He fires the 1-0, and it's too far inside for a ball, 2-0. Stallings on the season, a 2-6 record and an 8.87 ERA. 12 games all starts for the Baysox this year, 46 2/3 innings, 52 punch-outs. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Naporti. Fastball misses low, and the count goes to 3-0. 14 walks against Stallings and 16 home runs. Opponents hitting him for a .310 average, and that 8.87 ERA has doubled over the last month. It's been a tough run for Stallings. I'll give you some more numbers in a second as the 3-0 comes in, and it's half-heartedly swung on away. Naporti realized that slider didn't have much of a chance for him, but he couldn't pull back in time. Stallings, over his last 5 starts, including 2 starts against the Seawolves, has only pitched 13 2/3 innings. They've been very short. Runner goes. The 3-1 is in the dirt for ball 4. First walk given up by Stallings, 15th this season. And runners now to first and second, all coming with 2 outs here. So over his last 5 starts, I mentioned it, 13 2/3 innings, but 42 hits and 33 earned runs. Very unlike the Garrett Stallings that threw a no-hitter just a month and a half ago. As Dane Myers steps in, the first pitch home to the right-hander misses inside a curveball, and the count starts out at 1-0. Myers, a .263 average, a .785 OPS in 45 games played, 13 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. First and second, 2 away. Bottom of the first, a scoreless game. 1-0, a scorching liner into center field. It'll score a run. As Zach Watson scoops it, hurls it back into the infield, but it's way up the line. RBI single for Dane Myers, and Erie takes the 1-0 lead. Well, that contact is dangerous. Garrett Stallings was 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. He had Parker Meadows behind, a ball and 2 strikes before Meadows singled up the middle, and now it's getting a little out of hand early. You need to curtail it now. As Dylan Dingler steps in. Dingler 1 for 2 against Stallings on Tuesday with a strikeout. For Myers, that was his 29th RBI this season. Righty on righty, and the first pitch home. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. That's 3 consecutive first pitch balls. After working ahead on Meadows, he had first pitch strike to the first 3 batters, but then the single to Meadows, and it's turned around instantly. 3 consecutive first pitch balls. Next pitch to Dingler. There's a called strike. Fastball in the upper inside corner, and it's 1-1. A .228 average for Dingler this year, a .685 OPS in 59 games played, 13 doubles and a triple, 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. Stalling sets. Fires the 1-1. Dingler lines it to left field. This will score another one as the outfield played him deep. Rounding third and coming home, Quincy Naporti. It's a 2-0 game. RBI single for Dingler breaks him out of a 2-game hitless skid. 4 consecutive 2-out base runners for the Seawolves. And now Chris Rabago will continue the train as Josh Conway comes out to chat. Stallings, I said it, 1 strike away. Almost trying, I'm not positive in the way that he's going about it, but it almost seems as if he's trying to do a little bit too much. To see if he can get guys to chase early, and when they don't and he falls behind, he then has to backtrack and feed them something to hit because he has to hit the strike zone. But it's a brief mound visit with Josh Conway. As 4 straight batters have reached, it was a flyout and a strikeout to open the inning, but then a single up the middle on a 1-2 pitch, a 5-pitch walk, and then a single and an RBI for Dane Myers on a 1-0 offering, and an RBI single for Dylan Dingler on a 1-1 pitch. 25th RBI of the year for Dingler as Chris Rabago steps in. 5 for 12 in this series. Stalling sets. And fires the first. Rabago fouls it off right side. Count opens up at 0-1. Rabago did not face off against Stallings in either of his 2 starts against the Seawolves. It was Dingler on Tuesday, and then third catcher John Rossoff back in May when the 2 teams faced at Prince George's Stadium. The 0-1 is instead a turn back to second base, but no throw is thrown. No throw is thrown. Oh, goodness. Can you tell I'm not a morning person? Oh, Rabago. He's not much of a morning person either. Only 1 for 15 in day games this season. The 0-1. Fastball misses too far down and inside, and the count goes even at 1. 21 pitch inning so far for Garrett Stallings, and again, he was only 1 strike away from getting out of it perfectly. On a 1-2 count with Parker Meadows, and the base is empty in 2 outs. But the inning has extended far beyond the 1-1. Slider misses down and away. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. It was a great run, too, for Bowie starters. They had gone on 11 consecutive innings without allowing an earned run, thanks to Drew Rom's shutout work 2 days ago, and Zach Peak allowing only 1 unearned run over 6 innings yesterday. So at the very least, Bowie does have some fresh bullpen arms. The 2-1 pitch. Rabago spoils it foul right side as the count goes even at 2. Because if Stallings doesn't turn it around pretty much now, then he's probably not going to be able to finish the 4th. Two and two the count on Rabago. First and second, 2 away. The next pitch. Pieced foul, fastball high, and the count remains. 2-0 Seawolves lead, but we got a leadoff single in the first inning. It was an 0-2 pitch. Adam Hall drilled it to right center field, moved to second base on a wild pitch, and then to third on a productive flyout, but was left stranded. We have another 2-2 coming. Here it is. Popped foul again, right side, and out of play. Robago, he's been, as a catcher, I think he might have cracked his bat there. As a catcher, relatively good this season at extending plate appearances. My favorite stat, the pitches per PA. He leads, well, he's second in the Seawolves lineup right now, 4.1 pitches per plate appearance, trailing only Andre Lipsius. Another 2-2 pitch, grounded over to the right side, past the diving glove of Mundy into right field, a base hit. Run will score as Myers rounds third and comes in. Third consecutive RBI single for the Seawolves, and they lead 3-0. Robago's 5th run driven in this season. Dylan Dingler was off on the slow bouncer. He moves all the way to third base. So now it's runners at the corners, all with 2 outs for Eric De La Rosa. And is Bowie going to get a body up at some point now, as the inning has extended far, far past what Garrett Stallings initially anticipated? There's a right-hander warming, Tyler Birch. First pitch to Eric De La Rosa is fouled off. Fastball on the top half of the screen. It's 0-1. Might be a good opportunity for De La Rosa here, but also a good opportunity for Stallings to get back into it. I've mentioned it throughout the series. De La Rosa and his high swinging strike rate. Plenty of strikeouts for this right-hander. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded over to third, but foul. Count already to 0-2. First and third, still 2 away here in the bottom of the first. A 3-run frame for the Seawolves. After the 2 outs to start, it's been single walk, single, single, single. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Slider down and away. Stallings' second strikeout mercifully ends the inning, but not before the Seawolves plate 3, all with 2 outs. We're on to the second here at UPMC Park. Bowie trails 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
On to the second inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox currently trail 3-0. A big first inning for the Seawolves as Bowie did get a leadoff single in the first, but couldn't do anything with it. Andres Angulo will lead off for Bowie here in this half inning. The first pitch home is fouled off right side. It's 0-1 to open. Angulo just in his second game with Bowie after playing yesterday and going 0 for 4. Everything he hit was into play as the 0-1 pitch comes in and it misses high. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. He lined out, flew out twice, and then grounded out once. The 1-1 pitch home. And Angulo drills it hard and deep to left field. Myers has to look up and watch it off the wall just under the home run line. Angulo will hold to second on the bounce, but the throw beats him by a mile. Myers played that perfectly off of the high bounce. It would have been a home run at this ballpark last season, but they recently raised the line in left field, jumping it from about a 15-foot wall to a 30-foot wall. And Angulo is retired on Dane Myers' first outfield assist of the season. A single and a throw out, 7-6. So now one away. Here's Zach Watson. First pitch popped up, right side, foul ground. It'll get out of play. Robago tossed the mask, but didn't go too far. Count opens up at 0-1. It's a 191 average for Watson this season. The 0-1 pitch is flinched on. Called a strike on the inner edge from Solbach, and the count is 0-2. 575 OPS for Watson in 49 games played. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 13 batted in. The next offering bounces in, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie already trailing 3-0 here in the top of the second inning. Leadoff base hits in both frames, and they've been able to get nothing out of either of them. Here's the 1-2. Just misses inside a fastball. Tough take there for Watson, but he held strong. Little bit on the shift side for the infield. Here's the 2-2 offering, and it misses down and in. So behind 0-2 to run it full. Solbach deals the payoff. Watson grounds it foul, third base side, just barely. Very quiet Sunday afternoon here at UPMC Park. Small threat of rain in the forecast, but as the day has progressed, it's been pushing further and further back in the day, so we should be clear to finish this game. At the very least, get it through 5. The 3-2 pitch to Watson is popped up foul again, third base side. Out of play. Another 3-2. This one floated to left field, and it's down for a base hit. Just a little looping liner for Zach Watson. He's now got hits in 5 of his last 6 games. And Bowie opens up the second inning with a pair of singles. But of course, they've only got 1 runner on base still. And now it's on Christopher Cespedes to try and drive him in. Cespedes waits. The first pitch home from Solbach is called a strike. Dots the lower inside corner. It's 0-1. 203 average for Cespedes, a 694 OPS this season in 20 games played. 3 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. As the 0-1 comes home and Cespedes watches it up and in. Almost looked to be ready to go after it, but realized that if he did, he'd probably get something on the elbow or the hands. Runner at first, 1 away here in the top of the second, a 3-0 Erie lead. As the 1-1 comes home, and Cespedes knuckles it the other way, but right to Eric De La Rosa. He's backing up now, but still makes the catch just over the head on the warning track. And there's 2 away on that strong liner to the other side by Cespedes. Now here's J.D. Mundy. Righty on lefty. As the first pitch comes in, and Mundy lines it up the first base line, but hooks it just too foul. Touches down on the warning track right side, and it's 0-1 to open. 206 average for Mundy this season. 598 OPS in 44 games played, 10 doubles, no triples. 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. Solbach looks runner back at first base. Watson takes a couple of extra steps. Now a secondary lead. And the 0-1 pitch comes in. Mundy swings and misses on a high fastball. It's 0-2. Mundy only hitting 125 against Erie this season. He strikes out in over half of his plate appearances against the Seawolves. Next pitch is fouled off back to the screen, and the count remains. 29 pitches for Garrett Stallings in the first inning. He'll try to work a little bit cleaner in the second. Start with the number 9 batter and then loop it back to the top of the lineup. We're here in the top of the second. With an 0-2 pitch set to come to J.D. Mundy. Here it is. And it's fouled off again, ahead on the curveball. And the count remains. Leadoff single by Andres Angulo. He was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. That was a neat play by Dane Myers in left field, akin to what you see from full-time left fielders over at Fenway Park trying to play a ball careening off the monster there. As the 0-2 comes in and Mundy watches high. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. It's definitely something that Zach Watson had brought up when we were talking a little bit yesterday. Said it was really interesting playing in a unique facility like this, especially with the changes that they've made recently. The 1-2 to Mundy fouled off. He had to go down and in for that curveball to just get a handle on it. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2, runner at first, still 2 away here in the top of the second. 7th pitch of the plate appearance, set to come home to Mundy. And Solbach steps off the back of the rubber. And is he assessed with an auto ball? Home plate umpire pointed out at the mound, but he's not signaled anything, and now he's chatting back and forth with the Seawolves dugout here. Solbach stepped off the back of the rubber, I saw it, but the umpire has credited him with an auto ball. So I'm not sure if that was the correct call. But the count is now 2-2. Here's the next. Mundy checks his swing, and the home plate umpire calls him anyway. Maybe a makeup call there. Mundy strikes out swinging, and the inning is over. Bowie gets 2 leadoff singles, but they can't get anyone to second base. We go to the bottom of the second as the Baysox trail 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the second inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox trail 3-0. Garrett Stallings hopes for a much cleaner inning after needing 29 pitches for the 3-run first. He had 2 quick outs, but then gave up single walk, single, finally racking up a strikeout on 3 pitches of Eric De La Rosa. Gage Workman fouls off the first pitch here left side, and the count opens up at 0-1 on the switch hitter. 204 average for Workman this season, a 627 OPS. 16 doubles, 2 triples in 62 games played. He's homered 6 times. Next pitch misses inside. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Workman's put together some good numbers against the Baysox specifically as the 1-1 is swung on and missed. Change up in, and the count goes to 1-2. But then again, so have a lot of players on this roster. Quincy Naporti has some of his best numbers of the year against Bowie. Andre Lipsius as well. And of course, Kerry Carpenter had that 5 home run series last month. But Carpenter not with Erie anymore. Here's the 1-2 to Workman. Misses high a fastball, and the count goes even to ball and 2 strikes. The only downside for Workman this season has been the strikeout numbers. He's racked up a ton of them. The 2-2 pitch. Misses high a fastball, and the count runs full. That's why you don't want to lose him too often. He's only drawn 17 walks and struck out 105 times. 42% of his plate appearances end in a punch-out. The 3-2. Here's a line drive, right side, base hit. Over the leap of A.J. Graffinino as Workman breaks out of a 2-game hitless skid with a single to right. Now back to the top of the lineup in Wenzel Perez, and after that instant hit, it looks like Tyler Birch is going to get back up into the bullpen. Or at the very least, he's up and walking around. Is he going to throw? We'll see. He's throwing up against the wall, so not to the catcher yet. Switch hitter Perez bats lefty. He flew out to center field in the first pitch he saw in the first, and watches this first pitch miss away. It's 1-0 to open. Runner at first, nobody out in the bottom of the second as Bowie trails 3-0. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Second trip through the lineup has always been tough for Garrett Stallings. It's why he's had 2 different outings curtailed in just the second inning. The 1-1 pitch misses wide, and the count goes to 2-0. The second inning has been his worst inning with the most actually time spent in it. The 6th inning, he does have an ERA of 18, but he's not been in the 6th inning very often this year. The 2-1 pitch misses down, and the count goes to 3-1. But in the second inning, his whip is at 1.97 and an ERA of 13.5. He's allowed 17 runs in the second inning this season. Pickoff throw to first. This one close, but the tag not in time. A good slide in by Gage Workman. He does have wheels, Workman, 17 steals in 22 attempts. Andres Angulo has thrown out the only runner that's tried against him since joining Erie. There he goes, though. The pitch is popped up to left field, foul ground. Cullen running on it, but it gets out of play. Actually bounces off of the tarp, and Cullen makes the catch off of the bounce, thinking, hey, look, I got it. He's a jokester like that. Runs the count full on Perez. Back-to-back full counts after not running any of them full in the first inning. See if Workman takes off again. Stays put. The 3-2 is drilled out toward deep left field in the corner, but this one's slicing and looks to be getting out of play. So the count remains full as Stallings is already up to 41 pitches without an out recorded in the second inning. Workman goes. The 3-2 is drilled out toward right field and deep. Cespedes running back to the wall, looking up, and there it goes. 2-run home run for Perez, his first Double-A long ball, and it's 5-0 Erie. Perez up to 7 runs batted in this season. Stallings has now allowed 17 home runs. And Andre Lipsius will bat, still with nobody out here in the second. Stallings has allowed the most home runs in the Eastern League this season. As Lipsius steps in and pops the first pitch he sees foul right side, it's 0-1. Lipsius had a 3-run home run against Stallings back on Tuesday. It came in the second inning as Stallings wasn't able to escape that frame, only picked up 1 out in the second. Next pitch. This is down, and the count goes even to ball and a strike. As a matter of fact, 3 of Bowie's pitchers are among the top 11 in the Eastern League for most home runs allowed. Next pitch. This is down and away, and the count goes to 2-1. Stallings leads the pack. Antonio Velez, who hasn't even pitched in a couple of weeks, has allowed 12, which is 6th most. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball misses down and inside, and the count goes to 3-1. Ryan Watson, who does have one of the best whips in the Eastern League. He's got a whip of 1.08. That's the 7th best. He's allowed the 11th most home runs at 10 as Lipsius drills one out toward deep right center field. Watson and Cespedes running back, and it's a leaping reach by Watson. He made the catch. Zach Watson pulls down an extra base hit, taking it away from Andre Lipsius, securing the first out of the inning for Garrett Stallings, a necessary out on what was another big barrel. That one looked like it was ticketed for the video board, but Watson tracked it, and it died just in front of him while he timed it up properly. So 1 away, here's Parker Meadows. First pitch home. Meadows drills it out toward right field and deep. Cespedes running back, looking up. There it goes. Second home run of the inning. 5th of the season for Meadows. 6-0. th home run allowed by Stallings this season. That's the second consecutive start. He's allowed 2 home runs in the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Quincy Naporti. Popped up, right side, foul ground. Running on it, Cespedes to the bullpen, but it will slice out of play. 0-1 to open. Naporti at .259 average, walked in the first inning, came around to score on what was the second of the 3 consecutive RBI singles. As Bowie trails 6-0 here in the bottom of the second, the 0-1. Grounded over to third, backing up on it, Cullen pulled at the edge of the infield dirt of the corner, and a beautiful toss to first base beats out the runner. 5-3 for the second out of the frame. So Stallings has passed where he was last start. But they've still got Tyler Birch warming in the bullpen to most likely remove Stallings should he allow any more base runners in this frame, or even at the end of this frame altogether, as he's already up to 50 pitches. Here's the first pitch to Dane Myers. A fastball dots the lower inside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Myers singled to drive in a run in the first and scored in that same frame, part of the 3-run frame. The 0-1 pitch, called a strike, inside edge, and that's 0-2. Well, Erie getting it done in both traditional ways. Well, I guess you could call it the traditional and now the current way, using 3 straight singles to drive in 3 runs in the first, and then 2 home runs to drive in 3 runs here in the second. The 0-2 pitch. Myers looks silly, chasing after a slider down and away. Third strikeout for Garrett Stallings, but not before more damage is done. 2 home runs for the Seawolves. 2-run blast by Wenzel Perez and a solo shot by Parker Meadows. We move to the third. Bowie trails 6-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Bowie in a lot of trouble early here as they trail 6-0. Moving on to just the third inning, it'll be 9-1-2 for the Baysox due up. A.J. Graffinino to open. After him, Adam Hall and then Cesar Prieto. As Marcus Solbach continues on the mound, first pitch, Graffinino watches fastball miss up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. 224 average for Graffinino this season. A 584 OPS in 21 games played. Next pitch from Solbach is swung on and missed. A nice slider down and inside as the count runs even at a ball and a strike. No doubles or triples for Graffinino. He does have one home run. He's driven in 5 runs this season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider again. Graffinino lays off of it this time, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Well, nobody warming still in the Bowie bullpen, so we'll see if Tyler Birch comes out for the next half inning or they stick with Garrett Stallings. As the next pitch to Graffinino was called a strike on the top half, the count runs even at 2. Next offering. Bounce slowly over toward third. They had the shift on, so Andre Lipsius picks it near the shortstop position. But he gets it to first without an issue anyway. 5-3 put out, and there's one away. Now Adam Hall. Hall singled to right field his first time up, and the first pitch home nearly clips him on a curveball inside. He had to twist his torso out of the way on that one, and the count opens up at 1-0. Bowie trailing 6-0. They do have 3 hits as Hall laces one foul over to the right side and onto the concourse. Count evens at a ball and a strike. But hopefully, we'll look at this from a symbolic standpoint, closing out the first half on what's been kind of a bit of their run this season. The 1-1 popped up on the infield, right side, now behind home plate. Robago ranging back. It looks like it will get out of play, and the scouts directly behind home plate had to scatter briefly. And as it falls in for a strike, count goes to 1-2. On some of these blowout kinds of losses for Bowie, where the pitching staff is having a tough day, the offense is having a tough day, as the 1-2 is grounded to short, scooped up on the run by Workman, and a nice sidearm toss with his motion carrying him toward the third base line, gets to first. 6-3 put out, 2 gone. And now here's Cesar Prieto. Again, Bowie is going to get the day started with Richmond on Tuesday at 6:35. I believe Jake Dahlberg is scheduled to start for the Flying Squirrels that day as the first pitch home to Cesar misses low. It's a 1-0 to start. Bowie will start the second half just like they did the first, hosting the Squirrels at Prince George's Stadium. The 1-0 pitch misses high, and Prieto works ahead 2 balls and no strikes. He lined out to left field his first time up. Of course, Bowie lost the first 2 games of the season to start the 2022 season. The 2-0 pitch drilled out toward deep center field, but not very deep. Parker Meadows, he was range deep to start, so he doesn't have to back up too much more. Makes the catch and ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Baysox in the third, and as we move to the bottom of the frame, Bowie trails 6-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday at Prince George's Stadium. Meet dozens of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com. Bottom of the third here in Erie as the Baysox still trail 6-0. Garrett Stallings will hope to make sure that nothing else comes from this, as we've got a brief delay before the start of this half inning. One of the umpires is headed over and inspecting part of the wall behind the Seawolves on deck circle. Seeing if some of the padding came loose, I'm not too positive about that, but it looks like it wasn't any sort of issue. Heads back behind the dish and gets set for the first batter. Dylan Dingler will step in. Garrett Stallings continuing on the mound as the first pitch home to Dingler is fouled off into the netting right side. Count opens up at 0-1. Dingler singled to left field to drive in a run in the first inning. He made it to third base and was left stranded. It was a 3-run first with 4 hits for the Seawolves and a 3-run second with 3 hits and 2 home runs. The 0-1 misses high, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. After Dingler, it'll be Chris Robago and Eric De La Rosa due up here in the bottom of the third. The 1-1 fouled off back to the screen, and the count goes even to a ball and 2 strikes. Can you tell that it's been a long week with a long drive ahead, headed into what will be another long week at Prince George's Stadium? Should be a fun week, though. The 1-2 misses high as the count runs even at 2. It's Educator Appreciation Week at the ballpark. I think that's what's most important. Tuesday the 28th to Friday the 1st as Dingler pops this pitch up right side to the corner. Headed on at Cespedes, but it'll get out of play as the count holds. All teachers and educators over the next week who show their ID at the Baysox box office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice. Again, it's any day between Friday the 28th or Tuesday the 28th and Friday the 1st. So this upcoming week at Prince George's Stadium, you can get a free ticket. The 2-2 hammered out to deep left center, but too high instead of too deep. Zach Watson sees it and makes the catch. 1 away, here's Chris Robago. Yeah, that's just one of the few things coming up to Prince George's Stadium next week. Of course, there's the usual Military Appreciation Night, Wolf Wednesday, a live happy hour. But then, of course, what matters most is the Independence Day weekend celebration. Huge post-game fireworks on Saturday the 2nd and Sunday the 3rd. It's the only Sunday night game of the season for Bowie. First pitch home to Chris Robago is fouled off right side, and it's 0-1 to open. Robago finished off that string of 3 consecutive RBI singles in the first, and he grounds this one to third here. Backhanded in the corner by Greg Cullen and lofted on a line to first base. A clean throw for the second out of the inning. Now Eric De La Rosa. Righty on righty as Stallings looks for his first perfect inning today and his first scoreless inning together. First pitch home, De La Rosa hammers it out toward right field, carrying back a bit on Cespedes, but he has it squared and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down inning for Stallings. Hopefully this is the sign of something new. We're on to the 4th here at UPMC Park. The Baysox trail 6-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. Fourth inning of action here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox trail 6-0. Andrew Dashbach will lead it off for Bowie, and the first pitch home to him is a curveball. Called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Marcus Solbach continues to work on the mound for the Seawolves, just 48 pitches deep through his 3 scoreless frames. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, slider down and away, and the count already to 0-2. So Solbach already at a combined 9 consecutive scoreless innings just over this week alone. He could set himself up in line for Pitcher of the Week honors. The 0-2 pitch, check swing, called for strike 3 by the home plate umpire on a pitch in the dirt. So Dashbach goes down. That's the second strikeout for Solbach today. He's now retired 6 consecutive batters. Here's Greg Cullen. Grounded out to second base his first time up. First pitch home. Called a strike. Upper outside corner, and the count opens up at 0-1. Here's the next offering. Cullen pops it up, foul behind home plate. This one will curl out as the count goes to 0-2. Long couple of weeks coming up for Bowie. They will get a day off tomorrow, of course, but a long trip back, about a 6-hour drive, and then they've got to play the 6 games against Richmond, and then the week after will be funky. The 0-1 misses high as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Because of the July 4th weekend, July 4th this year falling on a Monday, they had to shift the schedule around in minor league baseball. The 0-2 misses down and away. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One of the things that minor league baseball has tried to do a lot, especially now that the sport has become increasingly more popular around the country, as it really should, it's just such a great community activity, is they try to make sure that every team in minor league baseball gets to play around the 4th of July. The 2-2 is grounded foul, first base side, as the count remains. And of course, it's impossible for every team to play on the 4th of July because you've got to have, or to play at home, I should say, more specifically on the 4th of July, because you've got to have a home team and a road team. So what they normally do is play one game on July 3rd and then one game on July 4th, splitting. The 2-2, late swing, fouled off right side as the count holds. So that way, every team gets a home game either on July 3rd or on July 4th in minor league baseball. So they can all celebrate, at least in some capacity, that way. This season, Bowie will play on July 3rd, and they will play July 4th in Somerset. The 2-2 pitch, fouled off right side as the count holds. But now, since there's no league-wide off day that day, It'll be the first time in a while that many teams have to go through a night game right into a travel. Haven't seen that in a few years. The 2-2 to Cullen. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Curveball down in the dirt. The home plate umpire saying it actually didn't hit any of the dirt as Cullen had started up the line. He'll head back and grab his bat. That's the third strikeout for Marcus Solbach today. Angulo in. He singled to left field back in the second inning. Hit it off of the left field wall, but was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. It was played well off of the wall by Dane Myers. First pitch, he swings through a high fastball, and it's 0-1 to open. But again, the way that works out, to play a 6:05 game and then immediately turn around, have to get on the bus and leave that night. The 0-1 pitch, hammered out toward deep center, but on it is Parker Meadows, ranges to his left, and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down go the Baysox in the fourth, and as we move to the bottom of the frame, it's Erie 6, Bowie nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
You can hear the hum of the lights that have turned on here at UPMC Park. You might ask yourself, why are they turning on the lights at 2:39 in the afternoon? Well, it's been a very cloudy day, and as I've come to understand, being in our covered press box, we do have a little bit of light sprinkling coming through. And of course, if that happens, you do just want to get the lights on to make sure that there's no issue with illumination. They'll just do whatever they can to make sure that the proper playing conditions are met as we move on to the bottom of the fourth. Garrett Stallings is back to work. He fires a first pitch strike to Gage Workman, and it's 0-1 to open as Erie leads Bowie 6-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The next pitch home to the switch hitter is popped out towards shallow left. That one will fall into no man's land for a base hit. Workman takes a wide round at first, but stops there. He's got a 2-hit game. To both sides of the field, too. Single to right field back in the second inning, and now to left field here to lead off the fourth. It's already the 8th hit allowed by Stallings today. He's allowed at least 8 hits, and now 5 of his last 6 starts. And he's on to the third trip through the lineup here without an out recorded in the fourth. First pitch to Wenzel Perez is hammered to left center field. This one on a line to split the gap. Rolls all the way to the wall, so Workman will go first to third and get the point home. He's got the wheels. The throw comes in, and it's late. RBI double for Wenzel Perez, and it's 7-0 Erie. Seawolves wasted no time in getting right back to work against Garrett Stallings. 3 pitches, and they brought another run across. Second hit of the day for Perez. His first Double-A double comes after his first Double-A home run. But a 3 RBI day for him. He's up to 8 on the season with the Seawolves. So now here's Andre Lipsius. Righty on righty. Lipsius 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch. And he lines it out to left field. This one's down for another hit up against the wall. Perez will score as Lipsius tries to take his place at second base. The throw comes in, and it's not in time. Back-to-back RBI doubles make it 8-0. Thirteenth double of the season for Lipsius. His 30th RBI. And now here's Parker Meadows, already the fourth batter of the inning, as Stallings has only thrown 4 pitches. First pitch. Meadows watches breaking ball miss down, and the count starts out at 1-0. This is the second time in 3 starts now that Stallings has allowed 10 or more hits. He allowed the career-high 11 hits to Binghamton 2 weeks ago. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses down and away. As the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes on Meadows, who's 2 for 2 today with a solo home run back in the second inning. He singled up the middle in the first and scored there as well. Here's the 2-0. Meadows watches it bounce in, run the count to 3-0. Right-hander back up and tossing the bullpen. Still looks to be Tyler Birch. I imagine his arm is okay at this point. Warmed up a bit in the first, warmed up a bit in the second. It was a perfect third for Stallings, but now he's got to be coming in soon. Can't imagine Stallings finishes this inning. Runner at second, nobody out. The 3-0 to Meadows. Right down Broadway for a called strike. Run it to 3-1. Well, I hadn't noticed this at first, but I saw the news come across the other day that Austin Meadows for the Tigers is going on a rehab outing as the 3-1 is grounded right back to the mound. A cracked bat picked up by Stallings and sent to first. He holds the runner at second, and a 1-3 putout is the first out of the inning. But Austin Meadows, big leaguer for the Tigers, is on a rehab outing, and I did not make the connection, but he's actually Parker Meadows' his older brother. And Detroit decided to send him on the rehab outing to AAA Toledo. And I get the distances, things like that. It's difficult to send a guy to a further away affiliate a lot of times. But why not send him to play with his brother? I feel like that'd be fun. Here's Quincy Naporti. First pitch misses down, and the count starts out at 1-0. Bowie trails 8-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That is one of the few things that Bowie is very, very fortunate about. No matter how they do, they'll be one of the first in line to get rehabbers, as the 1-0 is hammered out to deep left center field. This one ticketed for the arena, and it's gone. No, that one is called fair. That was over the line. That's a home run, but into second base with a double is Quincy Naporti. Gabe Alvarez is going to get his word in because that was clearly a home run. The umpires are going to talk about it because that hit off of the top of the wall. At least 1 run is going to score, but I say 2 runs should score. And this is coming from somebody who's, working for the Baysox. I just think games should be called objectively fair. But now the umpires will converse, and they call it a home run. So Naporti goes yard. 17th home run for him this season, a 2-run blast. And it's 10-0 Seawolves here in the bottom of the fourth. Stallings ties a career worst 11 hits, sets a career worst 10 runs. And we'll see if he stays in for Dane Myers. Here comes Kyle Moore to ask about the overturned call. It was initially ruled a double for Naporti, but then given a home run to him. So he's up to 17 homers, 45 runs batted in. And now Moore just calmly conversing about it at this point. What more is there to say, though? It's not been a good day. You could try to get your team fired up. You could try and get a little heated about it, but Kyle Moore has never seemed to be the type to get heated. He's not been ejected at any point this season. Really, I've only seen him have maybe one potential argument all year, and it never even really seemed that bad. But now he is starting to gesture a little bit more. If he is going to try and get tossed, I suppose, but when you're already down 10-0, I can't imagine that puts much of a spark in your offense anymore. Moore said his final piece, and now he's headed back to the dugout. But they're going to leave Stallings in. Or are they? As Moore turns around after getting to the dugout steps, and now he heads back out to make the hook. Hasn't made the point just yet, but Tyler Birch is slowly walking off of the bullpen mound, and there it is. So a career-worst day for Garrett Stallings comes to an end. 11 hits and 10 runs all earned. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the mound in just a second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We continue on with the bottom of the fourth here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox are probably just ready to get this game over with as soon as possible. A pitching change for Bowie after Garrett Stallings departs on a career-worst day. 3 1/3 innings for the right-hander. Stallings allowed 11 hits, which ties a career high, and 10 runs, which is a career high. Most for any Baysox pitcher this season, of course. He struck out 3 batters and walked just 1, gave up 3 home runs. Puts him up to 19 on the season, the most in the Eastern League. As Bowie trails 10-0, Tyler Birch will take over. 6'2", 190-pound right-hander. 2021 acquisition from the Phillies in the Galvis deal as he got traded over to Baltimore. On the season, his numbers have been improving. 17 appearances, but an 0-5 record and a 7.97 ERA. 20 1/3 innings. He struck out 18 and walked 9, allowed 6 home runs. First pitch home to Dane Myers is called a strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Myers singled up the gut in the first inning, struck out swinging in the second, and he pops this pitch foul right side. Running back on it Monday, but it'll get over his head and out of play as the count stays at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Myers watches fastball miss high, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Again, the Eastern League today is watching 3 separate games as the Northeast Division is down to 2 final teams currently tied for first that are playing each other, and the Southwest Division is down to 2 final teams that need both games to go in the right direction. And so far, everything is going in the way of just fun action. Richmond leads Portland 3-2. Richmond is 1 game out of first place, but they own the tiebreaker over Akron, should they be tied at the end of the day. And Harrisburg currently leads Akron 3-0, still in the top of the second over at Canal Park. So if those scores finalize, Richmond would be in the postseason. 1-2 pitch to Myers. Misses down. Fastball runs the count even at 2. And then in the Northeast Division, it's a scoreless game between Somerset and Hartford. The 2 teams with identical records atop the Northeast. The 2-2 misses down, and the count runs full. Bases empty, only 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Already 4 runs across for the Seawolves. They lead 10-0. As the Baysox bullpen, or the Baysox dugout is chirping at the home plate umpire just a tad on that pitch that came in low. Count is full. Here's the payoff, and Myers swings and misses on a slider away. First strikeout for Tyler Birch, 4th overall for Baysox pitching. And there's 2 gone for Dylan Dingler. So Hartford and Somerset scoreless in the bottom of the 7th. It's 1st and 3rd with 2 away. The winner of that game wins the first half title in the Northeast Division outright. First pitch to Dylan Dingler. Called a strike in at the knees as the count opens up at 0-1. Dingler singled to drive in a run in the first inning. He flew out to center field back in the 3rd. At this point, I'm just going to be intently watching this Hartford-Somerset game because that's some fun drama. The 0-1. This is down and away. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Well, I saw a note the other day. Actually, no, it was earlier today. Daniel Espino for the Rubber Ducks is on the mend. The 1-1 pitch. Skied out toward deep right field. Cespedes backing up on it. Looks to have it in front of the warning track. Makes the catch. Well, Espino was working back from, I believe they said thumb injury, something. I'll have to check during this break. But we go to the break as Erie plates 4 more with a couple of home runs. Bowie trails 10-0 into the 5th. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
We're always glad to bring you along for the broadcast, even though it may not be the best of looking days right now for the Baysox. Matt Sabata saying thank you for stopping by because it makes my day to know that you're listening. Bowie trails 10-0 here as we move to the 5th. Zach Watson will lead things off. First pitch home to the right-hander is popped up high to left. Moving on it, Dane Myers, and he has it squared. Now moves back to his left a little bit after ranging to his right. Might have lost it in the clouds for a brief moment, but makes the catch, and there's already one away. Well, trailing 10-0 with a 6-hour ride ahead of them back to Bowie, I can't imagine Bowie is going to be making too many lengthy plate appearances for the remainder of the day. Just go after any pitch that might look tantalizing enough and try and get as much of it as you can. If you ground out, you ground out. If you fly out, you fly out. If you hit a home run, hey, that's cool. First pitch to Christopher Cespedes is called a strike high. It's 0-1 to open. Cespedes lined out to right field his first time up as Solbach continues to deal. He fires the 0-1 pitch in, and Cespedes fouls it off right side. Count goes to 0-2. So an update on that Hartford-Somerset game. In the bottom of the 7th over at TD Bank Ballpark, the Patriots have scored the game's first run. Again, the winner of that game wins the Northeast Division in the first half. Next pitch bounces in, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Cespedes. And it's going to be tough for Hartford over the remaining couple of innings. I'm not sure if he's come in yet, but flamethrower Aroldis Chapman is making a rehab appearance with the Patriots. Next pitch to Cespedes misses inside. Chapman has already been in for an inning, pulling up the readout. He tossed a perfect 7th with a strikeout. Next pitch to Cespedes misses in again as the count runs full. Base is empty, one away here in the top of the 5th as Bowie trails 10-zip. Here's the payoff. Cespedes takes up and in for ball 4. So the first walk drawn by Bowie today. Free base with 1 out for Christopher Cespedes as J.D. Mundy digs in. And now Somerset is breaking it open. A bases-loaded double for Elijah Dunham to plate 3. 4-0 Somerset. In the bottom of the 7th, they might be headed to the postseason. That 7th inning finally comes to a close. So we're here in the 5th. Bowie trails 10-0. First pitch. This is up and away. And the count starts out at 1-0. Curious to see if our oldest Chapman comes out for the next half inning. For the Patriots there. Runner at first, 1 away in the top of the 5th. As the 1-0 comes in, and it misses up and away. Count goes to 1-0. Solbach really taking his time. Finally fires, and it's lifted out toward deep center. Meadows running back. He's still going back. He's at the wall. This one's gone. J.D. Mundy says goodbye. A 2-run home run. Breaks the shutout, his 4th of the season. Bowie's on the board, but they still trail 10-2. Take the little things. That one was a pretty big thing out to steep center. And like I said, go after what seems best. Make the best possible contact and the best possible pitch you can. Don't waste time. And, hey, if you get a home run out of it, cool. Mundy picks up his 4th. He's up to 18 RBI this season. And now here's A.J. Graffinino, first pitch. Misses inside a ball. And it's 1-0 to start. But again, if Solbach can finish out this inning, maybe go on to a 6th. We'll have to see. I could still imagine him being the front runner for pitcher of the week in the Eastern League. 1-0 pitch to Graffinino, called a strike inside as the count runs even at 1. Here's the next. Graffinino swings and misses on that slider down and in. He's been having trouble with it against Solbach today. The 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. That time the slider went down and away. 4th strikeout for Marcus Solbach today. And there's 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Now Adam Hall. First pitch, right-hander, bounces it to third but foul. Count opens up at 0-1. Hall singled to right field in the first inning. Grounded out to the shortstop back in the 3rd. As the 0-1 pitch comes in. And it's lined over to short, past the dive of Gage Workman into left, a base hit. So Hall extends the inning with a 2-out single. It's his 12th multi-hit game of the season. Trails just Joey Ortiz for the active team lead. And now Cesar Prieto up. Bowie's going to stick with Tyler Birch for the next half inning. It'll be his first full inning of relief. See if Solbach can finish out the 5th and set himself up for a win. First pitch to Prieto. Called a strike, inside edge. And the count opens up at 0-1. So that was number 78 for Solbach today, pitch-wise. But again, at 30 years old, he's definitely got maybe some more gas in the tank than some of the younger guys. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded to first, picked on a couple of bounces by Naporti. He steps on the bag himself. Doesn't have to move too much. And the inning is over. Bowie breaks the shutout with J.D. Mundy's 2-run home run, his 4th of the season, but they still trail by 8. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Bottom of the fifth inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox trail 10-2. Chris Robago will lead it off for Erie, with Tyler Birch continuing to work in long relief. First pitch home to the right-hander is fouled off right side, and the count opens up at 0-1. Robago, Eric De La Rosa, and Gage Workman due up in this half inning for the Seawolves. Robago 1 for 2, an RBI single back in the first inning. Part of a 3-run frame for the Seawolves. They put up 3 different crooked numbers today. 3 runs in the first, then again in the second, then 4 in the fourth. Next pitch called a strike. Slider away. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Next offering from Birch. Checked on, breaking ball down. They'll appeal. He didn't go. Count runs to 2 balls and a strike now. Birch is coming off of a scoreless couple of innings against the Seawolves a few days ago. Very strong relief outing for him. But Bowie was shut out. That was Tuesday. Or rather, no, that was the walk-off loss. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Tried to check on a slider down and away.
Right fielder, Eric De La Rosa.
Did Robago just strike out on a second strike? I think that was only the second strike. But he looked silly chasing that one, and he just walked back to the dugout. Call it a strikeout. Here's the first pitch to Eric De La Rosa. Called a strike in the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. Yeah, I only had it written down as 2-1. I'm pretty sure it was only a 2-2 count after that swinging strike. I'll have to check. Next pitch. Misses high, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. De La Rosa is 0 for 2 on the day, and Kyle Moore is coming out. Something's wrong with Tyler Birch. He's the athletic trainer Blake Wooten as well. Whole infield coming in. There's nobody in the bullpen for Bowie. Hopefully they get an emergency reliever up and tossing at least. But Birch looks to be grimacing a little bit as the entire infield is in. They're not really inspecting anything on Birch at the moment. They're just all huddled up behind the mound. Birch is twisting his left leg a tad. Maybe something with the knee, I'm not sure. Maybe they'll give him some warm-up tosses as the coaching staff will just back a little bit out of the way, as well as Blake Wooten, the assistant athletic trainer, while Birch throws off of the mound. Not too sure about how to feel on it, but it looks like Birch says he's okay. See if they give him another warm-up toss. He only threw one before shooing the coaching staff back to the dugout. And they say he's fine. But it's a 1-1 count on Eric De La Rosa. As the next pitch comes in, and it's lined right to short. Cesar Prieto pulls it in on a knee, and there's 2 outs. So now Gage Workman riding a 2-for-2 day, a pair of singles, 2 runs scored. Season, but you can tell me he's playing there all season, and I believe you. We're on to the 6th inning here at UPMC Park. Bowie trails 10-8. You're listening, or 10-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Come on out and get ready to celebrate Independence Day with fireworks on July 2nd and July 3rd when the Richmond Flying Squirrels come to town. Hope to see you there.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
On to the 6th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox still trail 10-8. Matt Sabata is with you as Andrew Dashbach will lead it off for Bowie here in this inning. Marcus Solbach back to work. 79 pitches deep, and the first pitch home to Andrew Dashbach misses high, and it's 1-0. Solbach could not maintain the shutout. Gave up a 2-run home run to J.D. Mundy in the top of the 5th as the 1-0 pitch to Dashbach is flinched on. A breaking ball misses inside. As the count goes to 2-0. 0 for 2 day for Dashbach. A fly out to center field, a strikeout swinging. The 2-0 pitch is popped foul right side. As the count goes to 2-1. Again, Bowie will get the day off tomorrow, travel home tonight. Rest up and recharge ahead of their 6-game series with Richmond to start the second half of the year as the 2-1 is bounced foul up the third baseline, kicked up a little bit of chalk in front of the line, or in front of the bag, but just missed. As the count goes even at 2 on Dashbach. The sun starts to peek out a little bit, I feel. Light's still on here with that overhead cloud coverage. A little bit of drizzle that's moved its way across the ballpark, but you can definitely feel a little bit of that warmth as it moves its way into view. 2-2 to Dashbach. Curveball plunks him. Fourth hit by pitch by Solbach this season. That one just a soft curveball that hit Dashbach on the shoulder. 8th time he's been nicked by one this year. And the leadoff man is aboard for Bowie here in the top of the 6th. Greg Collins steps in. Solbach sets. Fires the first pitch home, and it's lined to right field for a base hit. Dashbach will go to second and stop there. as Cullen continues to hit for Bowie. He's got hits in back-to-back games now after putting on 2 hits yesterday. Puts Dashbach to second, and now brings Andres Angulo up to bat. Angulo 1 for 2, singled off of the wall in left field in the second inning, but that got thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. He flew out to center field back in the fourth. First pitch in, popped up right side, running on it toward foul ground, Quincy Naporti, but he'll watch it get out of play to the seats. So 0-1 to start. As Solbach is really taking his time now. It's moving slowly as he's already worked well into the 80-plus pitch category. Sends home the 0-1, and it's swung on and missed high. Count goes to 0-2 on Angulo. We'll have to see how he feels getting to see a lot of his old friends next week when Richmond comes to town. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slider misses down and away. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Of course, one of the great things about baseball, working in it or playing in it, is the people you cross paths with and the friends that you make. Because it is a very small world considering the few number that actually get to this kind of level. The 1-2, fouled off back to the screen. As the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Solbach still waiting. The 1-2 pitch is up and in. Brushed him off. So the count runs even at 2. Well, just the slow day that has continued to slow down here at UPMC Park. The Baysox trailing 10-2 just in the top of the 6th. Next pitch is a poke out toward right center field that falls in for a base hit. Runners will advance 1 bag. And it loads the bases here to start the 6th inning with Zach Watson due up to bat. 2-hit day for Andres Angulo. And now Watson. Is that going to be the day for Marcus Solbach? I think so. Gabe Alvarez is out of the dugout, and he makes the point. So with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the 6th, Erie will go to the bullpen. Zach Watson coming up. He's been riding a good little streak lately. We'll see if he can continue it when we return. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
We continue on with the top of the 6th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox are threatening to inch a bit closer. They still trail 10-2, however, a game they trailed 10-0 not too long ago, as Dario Gardea will take over on the mound in relief. taking Marcus Solbach, who was not able to collect an out here in the 6th inning. The bases are loaded with Zach Watson due up. The line on Solbach is not final. Of course, all runners belong to him. But at the moment, he tossed 5 innings plus 3 batters. He allowed 7 hits and currently 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 4 and walked 1, allowed 1 home run. As Zach Watson steps in, he's 2 for 6 this season with the bases loaded. He's driven in 2 runs on singles. He's struck out 4 times. And time called. It was in an auto ball. An auto ball on Dario Gardea to start. It's 1-0 before Watson sees a pitch. So now Gardea sets. First pitch in, and Watson slices it foul right side. Count evens at 1 to start. Infield not going to play themselves in at this point. They lead by 8. They would gladly go for 2 and just speed the game up than worry about the bits and pieces of trying to get a runner at the plate. The 1-1 pitch. Watson pops it up right side. Foul ground. Naporti running back to the warning track up against the wall. It's just out of his reach as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Tell you about Gardea, a 6'2", 210-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Chihuahua, Mexico. Non-drafted free agent signed back in 2018. Watson 1 for 2 on the day, single to left field in the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped foul again, this time well behind home plate as the count remains. Gardea sets. He fires the 1-2 to Watson. And it's called strike 3 inside. A changeup for the first out of the inning. 5th overall strikeout for Erie pitching. And now here's Christopher Cespedes. Dario Gardea has made 7 appearances for the Seawolves this season. He's gone without a record and a 7.56 ERA. First pitch to Cespedes misses inside, nearly clips him as the count starts out at 1-0. Cespedes is 1 for 3 this season with the bases loaded. He's driven in 2 runs. Here's the 1-0. Inside again, still brushed him off, tightened the stance a little bit as he kicked his feet away slightly. Count goes to 2-0. Bases loaded, 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning as Bowie trails by 8. 2-0 pitch. This is up and in, and the count goes to 3-0. Again, it's still a lot of work to do. Even if you get the best possible outcome out of this plate appearance, you're only halfway done. And Gardea steps off the back of the rubber, asks Chris Robago to cycle through the signs. 3-0 count on Cespedes. Here's the next offering. And it's called a strike. Curveball on the inner half. Cespedes did try to curl back on it again, but didn't get the take. And it goes to 3-1. Let's see if he feeds him another breaking ball right here. Now that Cespedes has the hitter's count and had been laying off the first 5 pitches. The 3-1. Called strike on the inside edge. Cespedes tried to draw the umpire's hand, jogging up the line briefly to start, but it runs the count full. Here's the payoff to Cespedes, and it's grounded high over to shortstop. A tough opportunity to turn 2, and it's mishandled. Gage Workman didn't make the transfer right. Everyone is safe, and a run scores. So Dashbach is in. You can't assume double play, so that is an RBI for Christopher Cespedes. As Bowie gets one back, they trail 10-3. So a fielder's choice allows Cespedes aboard. E6 allows Angulo to reach. While Cullen is to third. Dashbox scores. The bases remain loaded for J.D. Mundy. First pitch home to the left-hander is lined out towards center. Should score another one as Parker Meadows camps under and makes the catch. He'll throw it to third to try and get the runner tagging at second, but that throw is a little slow. Cullen scores and Angulo moves to third. The Baysox get another. It's 10-4. Sac fly for J.D. Mundy. His third RBI of the day, 19th of the season. And now A.J. Graffinino with first and third, 2 away. First pitch home to the left-hander. Is called a ball low just under the knees. 1-0 to start. 0 for 2 day for Graffinino. He struck out swinging back in the 5th inning. He grounded out to third base in the 3rd. As the 1-0 pitch comes in, and it watches it for a called strike, a fastball up and away. Hanging on here in the top of the 6th inning, a 10-4 game, good buddy. Ha. Anybody? Oh, goodness. Here's the 1-1. Here's a line drive out toward right center field, carrying. Meadows running back and just over the shoulder makes the catch before slowing down and bracing up against the wall to stop. The inning is over, but not before Bowie gets at least a couple across. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Cespedes and a sacrifice fly for Mundy. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Bowie still trails 10-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Moving on to the bottom of the 6th here at UPMC Park as the Baysox trail 10-4. Looks like Bowie will go into the bullpen for another pitching change. Imagine this will be the last one as Adam Stauffer comes out. He's usually able to take a handful of innings. And with Bowie trailing by as much, I imagine they won't need to really rely on too much, even if he does get hammered for a little bit. Wenzel Perez will lead off as Tyler Birch is done today. It was a good relief outing for Birch. First pitch home to Perez, the switch hitter, watches breaking ball down. 1-0 to start. Birch worked 5 up, 5 down, so an inning and 2/3 of perfect ball with 2 strikeouts. Here's the 1-0. Perez fouls it back to the screen. And the count goes even to the ball and a strike. It's a 2 for 3 day for Perez. 2-run home run in the 2nd. RBI double in the 4th. He's, of course, scored twice. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a lazy curveball down. Perez is behind a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Lifted on a line to right field. Cespedes sprinting in on it. Nearly overran it. Hopped up and made the catch. So there's one away. Here's Andre Lipsius. First pitch to Andre Lipsius. Misses inside for a ball, or for a called strike, rather. 0-1 to open. 1 for 3 day for Lipsius. Double to left field in the fourth inning to drive in a run. He also scored as the 0-1 pitch comes in, and it's a Baltimore chop slowly over to second. Picked with the glove at the chest by Graffinino. He throws it high to the pitcher covering, and Stauffer had to hop up to catch it. He couldn't get on the base. Lipsius reaches on the error. No, they're calling that a hit. Okay. Not necessarily sure, but okay. Look, the game's off the rails at this point. Bowie trails by 6. They trailed by 10. And they just want to get home. I'm not going to pick and choose about what calls go which way too hard against too many pitchers. Stauffer can just try and get a double play out of Parker Meadows, who did ground out to the pitcher his last time up. First pitch home to Parker Meadows. Fastball misses up and away. Next pitch. Breaking ball called for strike at the knees. 2 for 3 day for Meadows. A single and a run scored in the first. He hit a solo home run in the second. That was the second in the second inning. In the middle of 3 home runs for Erie against Garrett Stallings as the 1-1 is hit through the gap right side, a base hit. On to second base and stopping there, Andre Lipsius. Parker Meadows now is a 3-hit day. He's not a heavy pull presence, but he does pull it a little more often than others. And that's one of those tough scenarios where when you have to put the shift on, you can't do anything because you've got to have the runner held on at first base by the first baseman. And with the rules here at the lower levels in the minor leagues, or at least in all the minor leagues at this point, with the full-on shift, at least as it stands in the major leagues banned, you can only really have one fielder on the right side of the infield. And it leads to base hits like that. That's the rule working as it was intended, though. So I suppose I can't get too upset. As Quincy Naporti digs in, first pitch to him misses high. And it's 1-0 to start. Bowie trails 10-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Next pitch. Called a strike, breaking ball away. As Stauffer sets. Fires the 1-1. And it's called a strike low. Bottom edge. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Stauffer sets, but time has been called just before he had started his delivery motion. Tall right-hander Adam Stauffer, 6'7", 240 pounds. 19th round draft selection in 2017 from Coatesville High School, out in the Philly area. And as the 1-2 comes home, and it's swung on and missed. Fastball high, and Stauffer picks up his first strikeout. 6th overall for Baysox pitching, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th for Dane Myers. First pitch home to the right-hander Myers is lined out toward deep left field. This one is caught. Andrew Daschbach found it on the line and made the catch up in the corner. So the inning's over. 2 singles left stranded, and as we go to the 7th, Bowie still trails 10-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's 2 of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms. And on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Seventh inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox continue to trail, inching slightly closer, but still down by 6. It was 10-0 at one point, but now 10-4. Dario Gardea will still work on the mound in relief for the Seawolves, his first full inning of relief. As Adam Hall will lead it off. Top spot in the lineup, Hall. First pitch home. This is wide a fastball, and it's 1-0. 2 for 3 day for Hall. Singled on the third pitch of the game to right field, made it to third base, but was left stranded, and then singled with 2 outs in the 5th, and was left there. As the 1-0 from Dario Gardea comes in, and it's a slider that misses away. Count goes to 2-0. Again, big week coming up to Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox return home ahead of the 4th of July weekend. Educator Appreciation Week at the ballpark, Tuesday the 28th through Friday the 1st. Bring a teacher or educator school ID, more specifically, as the 2-0 to Hall is swung on and fouled into the mid of the catcher. Count goes to 2-1. If you bring a school ID to the Baysox box office on any of those games, you'll get a free pair of tickets. Any game of your choice during that week. Here's a high shot out toward deep right center field. Backtracking it is Meadows, and he leaps at the wall, pulls it down to take away an extra base hit from Adam Hall. A little bit of an iffy track there for Meadows. He was ranging a little bit to his left and his right and constantly looking back, looking down to find the wall. But he still found it and the ball to make the catch. And there's one away. So now here's Cesar Prieto. First pitch. Called a strike, bottom edge, it's 0-1. Of course, throughout the Educator Appreciation Week, there's Wolf Wednesday and the Baysox Live Happy Hour, of course. But then 2 huge post-game fireworks shows as Monday, Prieto grounds this one to third. It's picked by Lipsius and sent over to Naporti at first. 5-3 putout, and there's 2 away. But then looking ahead to the week after that, I think that might be an even more fun week, as the Baysox do have a 12:05 game on Wednesday the 13th, part of the summer camp day, and then Thursday the 14th, it's Margaritaville night at the ballpark for the Baysox Live Happy Hour, all sponsored by Bud Light. So step on your Pop-Tarts, get out your flip-flops, have a cheeseburger, and some paradise, I suppose. As the first pitch to Andrew Dashbach is swung on and missed low. It's 0-1. Then, of course, Dynamite Night on Friday the 15th. Jimmy J.J. Walker coming to the ballpark. I wonder how many times he'll say Dynamite. Over-under of 30, the 0-1. Swung on and missed inside. and it's 0-2 on Dashbach. 0 for 2 day for Andrew. He got hit by a pitch in the 6th inning, came around to score when Christopher Cespedes reached on a fielder's choice and an error. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Dashbach knuckles it foul right side as the count remains. As I said, Bowie will probably stick with Adam Stauffer for the remainder of this game. At this point, he just needs to pick up 6 more outs. Might need to be 9 if Bowie can pull off a massive 6-run comeback on what's already been a 10-0 game. It'd have to be a 10-run comeback in total. But it's not happening now as Dashbach swings and misses at an 0-2 pitch high. He's down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 7th, and as we stretch at UPMC Park, the Baysox trail 10-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats, and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Home half of the 7th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox still trail 10-4. Adam Stauffer will see about keeping it that way. Pitched a scoreless 6th inning while Dylan Dingler will step into the box and then Chris Rabago to follow. Eric De La Rosa bats 3rd in the frame. 6, 7, and 8 overall in the 9. First pitch home, Dingler watches a called strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Well, Dingler, a second-round draft pick out of Ohio State University back in 2020. He was the back end of that marquee first overall pick, Spencer Torkelson. They both got called up at the same time to Double-A, but of course Torkelson vaulted past Dingler and then through Triple-A entirely, spending a very short time with the Toledo Mud Hens and starting the 2022 season with the big league club. But aside from that, Dingler, his alma mater was in the news recently as the 0-2 pitch comes in. It misses high. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Because Ohio State University, as it's supposed to be called, is affectionately called, more so by hard fans and I suppose alumnus, as the Ohio State University. The Ohio State University is what everyone calls it with. You got to make sure you get that "the" in there. As the 2-2 comes into Dingler, and it's called strike 3 on the upper inside corner. Second strikeout for Adam Stauffer today. 7th overall for Baysox pitching. But Ohio State was in the news recently because they acquired a trademark for the word "the." I know what you're thinking. How is that possible? I think while reading through it, it's only a trademarkable word in very specific college athletics circles when it comes to merchandise, memorabilia, apparel. That is the only time. 0-1 to start on Chris Robago after a foul ball. Here's the next, a swing and a miss. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Line drive just over the leap of Greg Cullen at third. Into left field as Robago thought about second base, but it was dug out of the corner and sent back to the infield quickly by Andrew Dashbach. And in fairness, it's a 10-4 game. You don't need to necessarily stretch out singles that fervently. So now here's Eric De La Rosa to continue the inning. Here's the first pitch. De La Rosa swings and misses on a fastball up and in. The count starts out at 0-1. Over 3 day for De La Rosa. Next pitch is popped up on the right side. A little bit shallow out toward right field now as Cespedes sprints down, but it's the second baseman, A.J. Graffinino, running back at an angle to make the catch. 2 away.
Shortstop, Gage Workman.
So it's a very interesting day over in the Bronx once again from what I'm seeing just in a very brief scroll through of Twitter as we cruise through this 10-4 game. First pitch home to Gage Workman is called a strike on the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. One of the best teams in baseball right now is having a tough time actually collecting a hit again. Here's the 0-1. Bouncing ball right side through the gap for a base hit. Robago will try first to third. He'll go back to second base as Cespedes picked it up a little bit slowly in right field, but did fire it back in. Robago to second. Workman with his third hit of the day as the inning continues for Wenzel Perez. After the Houston Astros pitched a combined no-hitter yesterday for the Yankees' just 20th loss of the season, they have no-hit the Yankees through 6 innings today. They're in the top of the 7th over at Yankee Stadium as Houston leads 3-0. I feel like this is revenge for that blown 3-run lead by the Astros a couple of nights ago when Aaron Judge had the walk-off single. Here's Wenzel Perez. First pitch called a strike, fastball away, and it's 0-1 to open. Sun poking itself out again. The lights have been on here at UPMC Park, but that's just more to protect from the cloud coverage as the 0-1 is fouled off back to the screen. Count goes to 0-2. 2 for 4 day for Perez. 2-run home run in the second inning. A double and a run scored in the fourth. He's driven in 3 runs, 2 on the homer and 1 on the double. Could maybe drive in more with first and second 2 away here, but Stauffer has him back 0-2. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball left field. This one will slice out of play. As the count remains at 0-2. Angulo tossing down the signs at home plate. A bit of wind pushing out toward right field ever so slightly. As the 0-2 comes in, and Perez swings and misses on a curveball in the dirt. Angulo makes sure to sprint with him up the line and apply the tag before Perez can get out of his reach. Third strikeout for Adam Stauffer ends the inning and strands 2 aboard as we move to the 8th. Bowie trails 10-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
On to the 8th inning here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox still trail 10-4. The Seawolves will dip into their bullpen once more. Joe Navalon will take over. Tenured right-hander in this league. Fires the first pitch home to Greg Cullen, and it misses up and away a fastball, 1-0 to start. It'll be Cullen, Andres Angulo, and Zach Watson due up in this half inning for the Baysox as Dario Gardea is done for the day. Here's the 1-0, misses wide. Curveball runs the count to 2-0. 2 scoreless innings for Gardea. He did allow 2 inherited runners to score, but didn't give up a hit or a run of his own. He struck out 2, didn't walk anyone. As the 1-0 comes in, and it's a fastball dotted on the upper outside corner for a called strike. It's 2-1. Well, a look around the Eastern League right now, there have been some wild games. Plenty of playoff implications still up in the air. As the next pitch home to Cullen is called a strike at the knees, count goes even at 2. Games without playoff implications, though. Binghamton, a go-ahead 4-run bottom of the 8th inning after trailing 6-3. Next pitch to Cullen, fouled off left side, and the count remains even at 2. Binghamton winning 7-6 at their home ballpark to end the first half. Altoona in New Hampshire holding it tight. Altoona breaking a 5-5 tie in the 7th with a run. They lead 6-5 in the 8th. Next pitch popped up, foul ground left side out of play, and the count remains. And then, of course, on the Southwest Division side of things, the playoff implications lie between Akron and Richmond. Richmond needed a win, and they needed Akron to lose to get into the playoff. If Akron wins, they're in right away, as the next pitch to Cullen misses low, and the count runs full. But if Akron loses and Richmond loses, then Akron is still in. But right now, it's looking all Richmond, as Akron trails Harrisburg 7-0 in the top of the 5th inning, and Richmond leads Portland 6-2. Here's the payoff to Cullen, and it's up and away, ball 4. So Navalon comes in and walks the first batter he faces, as Andres Angulo will dig in. Let's tell you a little bit about Navalon, 6 foot, 205-pound, 28-year-old right-hander from Brentwood, California. 21st round draft selection all the way back in 2016. On the season with Erie, Navalon has made 17 appearances, gone 4-0 with a 4.88 ERA. First pitch home to Andres Angulo was a slider that misses down and away, and it's 1-0 to start. 24 innings for Navalon, 27 strikeouts, 3 walks, but he has allowed 7 home runs. That's the most by an Erie reliever. Runner at first, nobody out in the top of the 8th. As the next pitch comes in, and Angulo softly waves at a slider away. Count goes even at 1. And then, in the Northeast Division, Hartford and Somerset We're playing to see who is going to come away with the crown. The last game in the first half, and the two teams were tied atop the Northeast, identical 43-25 records. It was scoreless after the stretch. Somerset put on 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th to crack ahead. Looked like they might be walking away with it cleanly, but Hartford was not going away. They put on 4 runs in the top of the 8th to tie the game, send it into extras. A surefire double play ball in the top of the 10th would have gotten Somerset out of the inning cleanly, but an error allowed a Hartford run to score, making it 5-4 going into the bottom of the 10th. And just now, a walk-off 2-run home run for one of the top Yankees offensive prospects, Anthony Volpe, to give Somerset the 6-5 win and the first half title in the Northeast Division. That's the first playoff team finally locked in the Eastern League this season. As Andres Angulo swings and misses at a high fastball, he's down on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Joe Navalon today, 7th overall for Erie pitching. As Bowie trails 10-4 here in the top of the 8th inning, there's no playoff implications in this game. It's just two teams trying to wrap up the first half at this point. So what remains of the playoff hunt in the first half is between Richmond and Akron. But again, right now Richmond is in the driver's seat. First pitch home to Zach Watson, misses high. The next pitch, swing and a miss, high fastball. And the count goes even at 1. Well, it's a good day for the Yankees AA. Not the best of days for the Yankees themselves, as they finally just now gotten a hit after not collecting one for around 20 innings. Next pitch to Watson, popped up foul on the first base side. Quincy Naporti ranges by the coach's box and makes the catch. 2 away here in the top of the 8th. So there will not be back-to-back no-hitters against New York in the Bronx. How unfortunate. Here's Christopher Cespedes. An 0-for-2 day for him, but a run driven in and a run scored. First pitch. Slider misses away. 1-0 to start on Cespedes. Here's the next from Navalon. Curveball called a strike on the inner edge, and the count runs even at 1. So what was it? Was it a solo home run by Giancarlo Stanton? Yes, it was. That's a big way to break out of a no-hitter. Here's the next offering. Popped up right side, shallow right field. Eric De La Rosa down. He's there. The catch is made, and the inning is over. Bottom of the 8th coming up here at UPMC Park in Erie as the Baysox trail 10-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at UPMC Park as the Baysox make a pitching change. Should be their last hurler of the day as Clayton McGinnis comes out of the bullpen. Set to face off against the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the Seawolves lineup. Starting with Andre Lipsius, who's riding a 2-for-4 day. In the first pitch, he hammers deep out to left center field and probably out. Dashbach running at the wall, and a leaping reach by Zach Watson up against the wall. Did he pull it in? Zach Watson just stole a home run from Andre Lipsius. Wow. That's his second stupendous play this afternoon. One in right center, now one in left center, as Watson commits a just straight robbery to start the inning out. I'm going to star that one on my scorecard. At least make some highlight out of what's been a very tough game for Bowie today. Watson unfazed by that scoreboard. Bowie trails 10-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning as McGinnis takes over for Adam Stauffer. First pitch home to Parker Meadows is a slider that misses down and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. And a brief time called. There's an Erie reliever warming up, and one of their balls had gotten loose in the bullpen, rolled into right field, or left field rather. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball misses down. And the count goes to 2-0. Looks to be a right-hander tossing. That's the best I can tell you. Again, obstructed view here at this ballpark. Otherwise, very, very beautiful. I'm a big fan of this facility. Nice open concept with a look at the residential homes and the trees out past right field. And then, of course, the arena as its own unique feature, representing the left field wall. Meadows fouls a pitch off over to the left side, and the count goes to 2-1. So the line on Adam Stauffer is closed. His outings have been seemingly a bit shorter lately, maybe to recover from that 5-inning start he made 2 weeks ago for Bowie. Next pitch to Meadows comes in high, and it runs the count to 3-1. But Stauffer goes 2 innings, allows 4 hits but no runs. He struck out 2 batters and did not walk anybody. Next pitch, a called strike. Count runs full on Parker Meadows, who's 3 for 4 on the day. A pair of singles, a home run, 2 runs scored. They put a bit of a shift on for the left-hander as the payoff comes in, and it's lifted the other way, up the line and foul. This one will tail out of play as the count remains full. So again, what's been just a very wild day among the Eastern League. This game is almost one of the more mundane ones. The 3-2, fouled off back to the screen again, and the count holds. Because again, the 2 games that are kind of out of reach for the 2 teams involved do have major playoff implications, so they can still be tense. There was a massive comeback for Binghamton. Altoona and New Hampshire are playing a tight contest, 6-5 after a 5-5 game briefly, as the next pitch to Meadows misses in for ball 4. He reaches on the walk, and now Quincy Naporti will step in. A chance to tell you about Clayton McGinnis. 6'1", 180-pound right-hander, non-drafted free agent, signed back in 2019 out of Wichita State. This is his 6th appearance with the Baysox. He's gone 1-0 and accumulated an 8.59 ERA this season. 7 1/3 innings. He's struck out 6, walked 4, allowed 1 home run. As Quincy Naporti steps in. First pitch home. Slider misses away, and it's 1-0 to start. So Naporti now has 4 of his 17 home runs in the year against Bowie. Had a 2-run blast back in the 4th inning. He's 2 for 3 overall with 2 runs scored. The 1-0 fouled off back to the screen as the count goes even at 1. Still some sunlight poking out, but the game has continued to stretch on, as Bowie will still have to bat in the top of the 9th inning. See if they've got some sort of miraculous rally in them, but it does seem to be that Erie will be going with one more reliever to try and close it out. The 1-1 pitch in, and Naporti watches Slider miss down and away. Count goes to 2-1. McGinnis making his second appearance in this series. He pitched a scoreless inning and 1/3 on Tuesday. He came in for the remaining 4 outs. Did give up a single, but then got a fly out and a trio of ground outs among a perfect 8th inning. Next pitch is called a strike on the outside edge, and the count goes even at 2. But again, that was the 11-0 shutout loss for the Baysox on Tuesday. They trail 10-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, as Erie has a prime opportunity to pick up a series win to end the first half. Runner at first, 1 away. 2-2 pitch from McGinnis. It's a breaking ball, popped foul right side, and the count remains. I'm just glad to get a little bit of sunlight before we've got to pack up the equipment, all the gear, and hop on the bus, head back to Bowie. 6-hour ride. Doesn't seem to be there will be much weather coming through, but there was a little bit on the forecast, but this area is usually a little more prone to it, as the 2-2 is fouled off right side. Count holds. I remember last season when the Baysox made the trip up to Bowie, trip up to Erie. When the Baysox made the trip up to Erie, there was a game postponed because some low-hanging clouds that had formed just from the water on the lake had overtaken the field and started to drizzle. The 2-2 was popped foul, first base side and out of play. Count will remain on Naporti. It was a very interesting little rain out that day. And it can rain when you get just around this area. And hopefully, since it's a more of a north to south drive, you don't get caught up in too much rain. You can kind of outdrive it. The 2-2. This one popped up more routinely on the infield right side. Now moving out towards shallow right. Cespedes running in a long way, converging with Graffinino, and it's Cespedes to make the catch. Graffinino had to duck out of the way at the last second as they both had a beat on it, but there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. So Richmond has won their game against Portland, 7-2 the final at the Diamond. So they've done their part. The Flying Squirrels now need Harrisburg to hold on to their 7-0 lead over the Akron Rubber Ducks. If Harrisburg wins that game, then Richmond will be in the postseason. First pitch home to Dane Myers is called a strike. On the outside edge, it's 0-1. One for 4 day for Myers. The next pitch is fouled off right side, and it's already 0-2. In the top of the 9th, Bowie will send J.D. Mundy, A.J. Graffinino, and then back to the top of the lineup for Adam Hall. It looks like the Seawolves will go with one more pitcher, following Joe Navalon's scoreless 8th. Here's the 0-2. Line drive right field base hit. They had the shift on the other way for the right-handed hitter, and he shoots it to the opposite field. So Myers has a 2-hit day. Extends the inning as Parker Meadows moves to second base, and now Dylan Dingler up for the 5th time. Dingler led off the 7th inning by striking out looking. He's 1 for 4 overall. Single to left field to punch in a run. First and second here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. 16 hits for the Seawolves. First pitch, and he hammers it. Out to deep left center field. Watson doesn't have a chance at taking this one away as it's off the edge of the wall. Andrew Dashbach couldn't pick it. Meadows will score. Myers will score as Dingler goes into second base standing. A 2 RBI double for Dylan Dingler gets Erie back on top by even more. It's 12-4. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it just happened. The day is almost over, with a long ride still ahead, so, my apologies for the fun little rhyme. 2 RBI double for Dingler, his 14th of the season. He's up to 26 runs batted in, make it 27 with his 3 today. And it's going to lead to a mound visit from Josh Conway. I wonder how necessary this is, though. It is a little tough when your pitcher gets roughed up, but at this point, the game's been out of hand since the second inning. You just go out, try to throw the strikes, and collect the outs. I really understand the need from time to time about wanting to develop pitchers properly and putting them in these situations where they can continue to develop. But at the same time, I'm a big fan of just taking the reality of the situation and getting the situation over with. There's been something about the way that Erie plays that Bowie just hasn't been able to get a beat on. As the Baysox have, at least on just my general estimate, allowed more hits to Erie than any other team this season. So many double-digit hit performances from the Seawolves against Bowie this year. First pitch to Chris Robago misses up and in, and it's 1-0. 17 hits today to make up for only 6 hits yesterday and 3 hits the day before. But Erie had 9 hits on Thursday, 12 hits on Wednesday, and 16 hits on Tuesday as Robago bounces this one foul. Third base side to run the count even at a ball and a strike. Robago has a pair of hits. RBI single in the first and then another single in the 7th. He has not scored. The only Seawolves player to not reach safely at all today is Eric De La Rosa. He's also the only one without a hit. As a matter of fact, every Seawolves player except Quincy Naporti and Eric De La Rosa has multiple hits. But Naporti has reached twice. He had a 2-run home run and a walk. The 1-1 misses inside, and the count goes to 2-1. So entering this game, the Baysox had allowed 108 hits exactly to the Seawolves in 95 innings. They walked them 28 times. Here's a pop-up on the infield, backing up slightly at second. Graffinino trying to find it against the sun. He sees it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. 2 RBI double by Dylan Dingler, highlighting the bottom of the 8th. And as we go to the 9th, Bowie trails 12-4. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We move on to the 9th inning here at UPMC Park as Erie tries to close this one up quickly. The Baysox trail 12-4 with J.D. Mundy, A.J. Graffinino, and Adam Hall due up here in the ninth. Erie will go to the bullpen one final time as Nick Kuja steps out, right-hander. Will face off against 8-9-1 in the Baysox lineup as Joe Navalon has done. It was a scoreless inning for Navalon with a walk and a strikeout. Does not factor into the decision. Starting pitcher Marcus Solbach is still the winning pitcher. First pitch to J.D. Mundy is a swing and a miss on a high fastball. It's 0-1 to open. 1 for 2 day for Mundy. He's responsible for 3 of Bowie's 4 runs, a 2-run home run in the 5th, and a sacrifice fly in the 6th. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, and it's checked on, a breaking ball low. Appeal to the third base umpire. He didn't go around, as the count evens at 1. Nick Kuja, 6'4", 190-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Seymour, Connecticut, claimed off of waivers last season by the Tigers. As the 1-1 pitch comes in, and it misses down and inside. Count goes to 2-1. On the season with Erie, Kuja has made 18 appearances, gone 2-3 with a 6.85 ERA. 23 2/3 innings, he struck out 27 and walked 18. Next pitch, Mundy watches a called strike on a fastball away. Count runs even at 2. Kuja has allowed 3 home runs this season. Next pitch, curveball misses wide, and the count runs full on Mundy. 158 average this season for Mundy on full counts. He strikes out more often than he walks. Here's the payoff. Fouled off, back to the screen, a curveball down. As the count remains. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Bowie. 12 runs, 17 hits, 1 error for the Seawolves today. Kuja delivers another 3-2, and Mundy swings and misses on a fastball up and away. First strikeout for Kuja. 8th overall for Erie pitching. And now on to A.J. Graffinino as the Baysox are down to their last 2 outs. First pitch, Graffinino watches curveball called for strike at the bottom edge. There's 0-1. I think there's a beer vendor still walking around right now. It's the top of the 9th inning. Why would there still be a beer vendor? Here's a hammered shot out toward deep right field. Eric De La Rosa's running back, and it's gone. A.J. Graffinino says goodbye. His second home run of the season comes with 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. A solo blast trims a bit back into the Erie lead. It's 12-5. RBI number 6 for Graffinino this year. As Kuja's now given up 4 home runs this season. Back to the top of the lineup for Adam Hall. As they dab Graffinino up in the clubhouse. Or in the dugout there. First pitch home to the right-hander Hall is swung on and missed high, a fastball. It's 0-1. 2-hit day for Adam Hall, a pair of singles, 1 in the first inning to right field, and 1 again in the 5th inning to left field. He flew out to center his last time up. The 0-1 pitch is grounded hard over to short. Running in on it and scooping it on the bounce at the shoelaces is Gage Workman. He gets it over to first base in time. A 6-3 putout is the second out of the 9th.
Shortstop, Cesar Prieto.
So now here's Cesar Prieto representing the start of Bowie's last hope. First pitch home, Prieto watches breaking ball called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1 to open. For 4 day for Cesar. As the next pitch comes in, and it's grounded right back to the mound. It bounces off Kuja's glove, but he picks it up in front of the mound and sends it to first for the out. 1-3 putout wraps this game up as the Baysox drop the series finale to the Seawolves this evening. A 12-5 clubbing. We'll step aside, get your Baysox postgame in just a little bit, recap this one with highlights, and a look around the Eastern League as well. We're back in a moment. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com. At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, not the best of ways to wrap up a 6-game series or the best of ways to wrap up the first half, but Bowie still has plenty to be hopeful for as they do start to look ahead to the back end of the 2022 season. But as we get started with Baysox postgame this afternoon from UPMC Park, it is unfortunate to discuss a 12-5 loss, but there are still some fun highlights to give you out of the upcoming recap. We'll recap this one with full highlights, look around how the game went for Bowie and Erie, then look around the Eastern League, see how the playoff picture may come to a close today, as there was still no clear-cut answer as to who was winning that first half title in the Eastern League. But we are getting a little more clarity on that, and we'll tell you about it in a second, as well as a quick glance around the Orioles minor league system. But first, we recap. We go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 1:38 p.m., when first pitch came home from Marcus Solbach to Adam Hall. It went in for a called strike, and Hall would eventually watch another, but he singled to right field and got to second base on a wild pitch. Later got to third on a flyout, but was left stranded there. And in the bottom of the first, Garrett Stallings, needing a bounce back, he'd been on a tough run, did get off to a good start. A flyout and a strikeout, he had Parker Meadows behind, a ball and 2 strikes, but Meadows singled up the middle, and that's where things unraveled. Quincy Naporti drew a walk, and Dane Myers stepped in to drive in the first. First and second, 2 away. Bottom of the first, a scoreless game. 1-0, a scorching liner into center field. It'll score a run. As Zach Watson scoops it, hurls it back into the infield, but it's way up the line. RBI single for Dane Myers, and Erie takes the 1-0 lead. It'd be the first of a handful of singles, including this one by Dylan Dingler. Fires the 1-1. Dingler lines it to left field. This will score another one as the outfield played him deep. Rounding third and coming home, Quincy Naporti. It's a 2-0 game. Still would not be it as Robago followed with a single. Another 2-2 pitch. Grounded over to the right side past the diving glove of Mundy into right field, a base hit. Run will score as Myers rounds third and comes in. Third consecutive RBI single for the Seawolves, and they lead 3-0. Finally, a strikeout of Eric De La Rosa would get Stallings out of the tough inning. Bowie did get a couple of hits to open the second, but could not break through, and were still trailing 3-0 going into the bottom of the second. And things didn't get easier for Stallings from there. Gave up a single to Gage Workman to lead it off, and then Wenzel Perez went yard for the first time in his Double-A career. Workman goes. The 3-2 is drilled out toward right field and deep. Cespedes running back to the wall, looking up, and there it goes. 2-run home run for Perez, his first Double-A long ball, and it's 5-0 Erie. That would not be the only home run in the inning, however, because after a flyout, Parker Meadows would step in and send one in the same direction. So 1 away, here's Parker Meadows. First pitch home. Meadows drills it out toward right field and deep. Cespedes running back, looking up. There it goes. Second home run of the inning. Fifth of the season for Meadows. 6-0. Stallings would finally rebound with a perfect third inning, but in the bottom of the fourth, meanwhile, Bowie was kept scoreless. It was back to work for the Seawolves offense. After a leadoff single by Gage Workman, Wenzel Perez got a two-bagger. First pitch to Wenzel Perez is hammered to left center field. This one on a line to split the gap. Rolls all the way to the wall, so Workman will go first to third and get the point home. He's got the wheels. The throw comes in and it's late. RBI double for Wenzel Perez, and it's 7-0 Erie. Very next batter, Andre Lipsius, would follow with the same thing. First pitch, and he lines it out to left field. This one's down for another hit up against the wall. Perez will score as Lipsius tries to take his place at second base. The throw comes in, and it's not in time. Back-to-back RBI doubles make it 8-0. Inning would still not end from there, however. Parker Meadows did ground out back to the pitcher, but that was only the first out of the inning. Quincy Naporti stepped up and finally knocked Stallings out of the game. No matter how they do, they'll be one of the first in line to get rehabbers, as the 1-0 is hammered out to deep left center field. This one ticketed for the arena, and it's gone. No, that one is called fair. That was over the line. That's a home run, but into second base with a double is Quincy Naporti. Gabe Alvarez is going to get his word in because that was clearly a home run. The umpires are going to talk about it. They talked very briefly, and the umpires made the correct call. On that initial sight, you could see clear as day that the ball hit well above the yellow line on the left field wall of the arena at this ballpark. The umpire just must not have seen it correctly the first time. Once the umpires converged, they changed the ruling and gave Quincy Naporti his home run. But it knocked Stallings out of the game. 3 1/3 innings, 11 hits to tie a career high, and a new career high setting 10 runs. All earned, 3 strikeouts and a walk. In the top of the 6th, the Baysox finally did break through the shutout after Marcus Solbach allowed 3 straight batters to reach, a hit by pitch, and 2 singles to load the bases. Christopher Cespedes stepped up and chopped the ball slowly to short. Could have been an inning-ending double play, but the defense just wasn't there. Here's the payoff to Cespedes, and it's grounded high over to shortstop. A tough opportunity to turn 2, and it's mishandled. Gage Workman didn't make the transfer right. Everyone is safe, and a run scores. So Dashbach is in. You can't assume double play, so that is an RBI for Christopher Cespedes. As Bowie gets one back, they trail 10-3. And then right after, J.D. Mundy had a 2-run home run earlier. He picked up this sacrifice fly. First pitch home to the left-hander is lined out towards center. Should score another one as Parker Meadows camps under and makes the catch. He'll throw it to third to try and get the runner tagging at second, but that throw is a little slow. Cullen scores, and Angulo moves to third. The Baysox get another. It's 10-4. That would be as close as Bowie got it, however. In the bottom of the 8th, Dylan Dingler drove in a couple of runs with a double with 2 outs, making it 12-5. 12-4 rather. The Baysox would get a run in the top of the 9th when A.J. Graffinino hit a 1-out solo home run to right field, but much too late and much too little, as the Baysox would come down quietly on this ground out back to the mound. 0-for-4 day for Cesar. As the next pitch comes in, and it's grounded right back to the mound. It bounces off Cuja's glove, but he picks it up in front of the mound and sends it to first for the out. 1-3 putout wraps this game up as the Baysox drop the series finale to the Seawolves this evening, a 12-5 clubbing. So there's your final. Bowie scores 5 runs on 8 hits with no errors. They left on 6. The Seawolves scored 12 runs on 17 hits with 1 error. They left on 7. Winning pitcher is Marcus Solbach. He moves to 2-4 on the season. Losing pitcher is Garrett Stallings. He falls to 2-7. Game was played in 2 hours and 37 minutes in front of a paid attendance at UPMC Park of 1,008. With the loss, the Baysox fall to 27-42 on the year. Their 2-game winning streak is over, as they're now 13-23 on the road. With the win, the Seawolves move to 39-30 on the season. Their 2-game losing streak is over, as they're now 22-11 when playing in front of the home crowd at UPMC Park. 2 sides will not meet again for a couple of months. They do have one final series up at this ballpark at the end of August. It'll be August 30th through September 4th when the Baysox make their final trip up to see the Seawolves this season. We can preview that in a little bit, and of course we'll preview the next time the Baysox take the field when they head home to face Richmond. But for now we break, and when we come back, we watch some scoreboards. A lot of implications for the playoff race in the Eastern League today. We'll get you up to date on how the picture is looking in just a little bit. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, it's a special Baysox Live Happy Hour on Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium. Along with the usual live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30, it's also Margaritaville night out at the ballpark. Get your flip-flops, salt shakers, and Hawaiian t-shirts ready to celebrate cruise culture with Margaritaville night, sponsored by Bud Light. That's Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back one final time to UPMC Park in Erie as we continue on with Baysox postgame. Matt Sabatis with you from the northwest corner of Pennsylvania. Bowie falling to the Seawolves today 12-5, wrapping up the first half of the 2022 season with a loss and wrapping up the first half with a 27-42 record. Hopefully, might see that inversed at the end of the second half. We'll have to see. But for now, we look around the Eastern League, see how some of the games still in action are faring and what the rest of the finals may look like because, of course, there are playoff implications on the line. But first, we'll talk with the one game in action that doesn't have anything to do with the playoffs, Altoona and New Hampshire. It's been a back-and-forth game and a pretty fun one at them. New Hampshire had a 3-1 lead going into the fifth inning when Altoona put on a 4-spot to make it 5-3. New Hampshire, though, quickly tied it in the fifth, making it 5-5. Altoona took the lead briefly in the seventh at 6-5, but New Hampshire tied it at 6 in the bottom of the eighth. And then now Altoona is in the midst of a 3-run ninth inning to take a 9-6 lead, trying to maybe add on some more before it goes to the bottom of the ninth over at Delta Dental Stadium. Other games completed that don't have playoff implications, well, there's actually only one. It was Binghamton and Reading. Binghamton, some late inning heroics. After trailing 6-0 at the stretch, they put on 3 runs in the seventh to cut the lead in half, and then 4 runs in the bottom of the eighth to take the lead and win 7-6. Somerset and Hartford, the game to decide the Northeast Division in the Eastern League this season, was scoreless through 6.5 innings. Somerset put on 4 runs in the bottom of the seventh inning to look ticketed for the playoffs, but Hartford tied it. Top of the eighth, they put on 4 runs of their own and sent the game into extra innings. With runners at first and third and 1 out in the top of the 10th inning, Hartford grounded into a surefire double play ball, but it was thrown away by one of the Somerset infielders, leading to a run across, giving Hartford the 5-4 lead into the bottom of the 10th, needing just 3 outs. But with the free runner placed at second base, the top overall Yankees prospect, Anthony Volpe, clubbed his 10th home run of the season, a walk-off 2-run blast to win Somerset the first half title. So Somerset is headed to the postseason, just inching out that lead over Hartford at the last minute. And then 2 games for the Southwest Division that matter in the playoff implications on this last day of the first half, Richmond and Akron. Coming into today, it was Akron ahead of Richmond by exactly 1 game, but if they ended the day tied, Richmond owns the tiebreaker. So Richmond needed a win, and Akron needed a win. But Richmond needed to win, and they needed Akron to lose. Akron just needed to win. But right now, that's not what's happening. Richmond beat Portland today, 7-2. It wasn't a wire-to-wire win. It was Portland 2-1 for a very brief moment after 3.5, but Richmond took the 3-2 lead after the 4th inning and had no issue the rest of the way, piling on some insurance along the way. But at the moment, Akron is getting blown out by Harrisburg with only 6 outs left in their first half. It's 7-1 in the top of the 8th over at Canal Park in Akron as the Senators lead by that 6-run margin. If Harrisburg holds on, then Richmond will be headed to the postseason representing the Southwest Division. And then, as always, as I've been mentioning for the past couple of weeks at this point, the standings will zero out, and Bowie will get to try again starting on Tuesday. Looking around the Orioles organization, a couple of games still in action. It looks to be one other game final as Aberdeen put on a 7 spot in the bottom of the 7th to overcome a brief deficit at the hands of Wilmington and win 9-3. Delmarva is currently trailing Lynchburg 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th. That's down at low A, but Delmarva is getting things going. They just got done putting on 2 runs in the 7th. And then Norfolk is having a tough time with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs again. After taking an early 4-0 lead, including a first-inning 2-run home run by Gunnar Henderson, they gave up 2 runs in the 3rd and 7 runs in the 4th. Norfolk now trails 9-4. But again, that game still only in the top of the 6th. Plenty of time to work with for the Tides to try and come back. But again, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and unfortunately for the Baysox, the score was not too pretty. 12-5 the final as Bowie falls to Erie. These two sides won't meet again till August, and the Baysox will get back to action on Tuesday the 28th when the Richmond Flying Squirrels come to town. The Baysox have not announced their starting rotation just yet for that series, but Jake Dahlberg will be getting the start for Richmond when Tuesday rolls around. It'll be a 6:35 first pitch for that Tuesday at Prince George's Stadium, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 6:15. For now, though, we say so long this evening from UPMC Park, where the Baysox drop the series finale with the Erie Seawolves 12-5. We'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.